Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Bits, Crits, and Halfwits, and welcome back to the Disaster Tour. My name is PT, and I'm your Disaster Tour Guide, and today's gonna be fun. For me. Hopefully for them, but mostly for me.
Mostly.
Listen, I had 10 out of 10 vibes. I think it's gonna be pretty good.
That's true, you did. Your vibe's immaculate.
But, first, as always, we have to get through our introductions. So, as you rest by the campfire, your fellow adventurers share tales of their past. What is the most defining moment in your character's life that led to them becoming an adventurer? And how does that moment still affect them today?
Interesting.
I'll, Huh?
Is this a nightmare?
Would you
Have I
like-
woken up in class? Oh god, I'm in school.
Would you like me to reiterate the question while you think about it to give you more time?
Yes, sir.
As you
Sorry,
rest,
sir.
as you rest by the campfire, your fellow adventurers share tales of their past. What is the most defining moment in your character's life that led to them becoming an adventurer, and how does that moment still affect them today? While they think on that, chat, it's a secret that they don't know. The questions give me ammo. And I know I wasn't muted for that, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think you didn't exactly say that in like a subtle way.
No,
You did the
no.
whole, you did the whole hand thing where like it's like I'm being a secret person, but everyone else can hear me, sort of deal.
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Oh my god, I can't tell what they're saying. They put their hand up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I hope everybody saw Spellbound yesterday. If you haven't, you need to go watch that on Sky and Term streams on Sundays.
So true.
You get to watch a completely different side of me.
Yeah. Oobleck is a treasure, truly.
Absolutely. Would recommend.
Yeah, would recommend.
Feel honored to smell like god metal.
No, Foxglove, a special item that will come in later is Sky saying that you get advantage for just being a silly little guy.
Your Honor, I'm a silly little guy.
I clipped that shit so fast.
Look, if you give me a valid reason as to why you're a silly little guy and therefore you would get advantage, like, I'm not gonna tell you no.
Oh, Barty's gonna have so many reasons.
I know!
I'm just a silly little guy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do this to me. Listen, if you do this, my friends are gonna hurt your friends, and that's gonna be real bloody. Anyways, I think everybody's had enough time to answer their questions. So first we have Elliot Burning Oak, the half-elf wizard from Zrea, played by...
It's me, Isaac. Today I saw a back window of a car that was broken out with a sticker that was holding together the top right-hand corner of the window, and it just read, "All good." So I thought that was pretty funny and decided to share that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's pretty good.
Let me just
especially like you could see it waving in the wind. It was hilarious.
Let me just double check your assignment. Yeah, I'm gonna have to deduct points for that one.
Oh no!
It's okay. You're not the one who cares about school.
It's true.
You're getting a bad grade in storytelling.
While answering this actual question, though, Elliot became an adventurer when he was thrown into adventuring, mostly against his will. So,
And
Damn.
quite literally, in
go
some
die in a war, or
in some cases early on, legitimately thrown into adventuring.
it's true.
All right. Then we have Karakareem, the Furbolg warlock from the Hedge, played by...
Hello, it's Terminian Link VT, and the defining moment that thrust Karak into a life of adventuring was deciding to go back for an old man during quite literally all of his friends getting killed by Velkin. And then that old man turning out to be a lot more powerful than he thought.
Turning
Now
out
he's
to be a god.
turns out it's a God knows how many years in the future, and there's no going back.
For those who don't have the
I would
context
say
for...
more than 8.
I don't know. Did we do
Definitely.
that? Did we do that live term?
Did
No.
we do
I don't
both
think
live?
we did. Okay, I'm not going to reveal who the old man was then.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have Newson Worldwalker, the Minotaur Sorbarian from Olfast, played by.
It's me, the Sky T. I mean, if we're talking about what literally thrust them into adventuring, Newsom kind of also was forcibly thrust into adventuring by being ousted from her home for being an unintentional failure.
War never changes.
But also, like, what pushed her training is a story that we're already kind of tackling, which is being attacked by gnolls with her childhood best friend. So
And last
there
but,
you go.
And last but not least, we have Lulan Boltspeaker, the Minotaur Druidin from Olfast, played by.
And me, Frambo. Same answer as Sky. Casted out of the village for being a shit teacher.
Oh, but
Imagine
Right.
your student is so shit that you, as the teacher, are held responsible.
Yeah.
When like 60% of your students are turned to stone, you kind of got to look at the teacher.
Hashtag standardized testing.
Hashtag standardized testing.
Hashtag
Welcome
set the
to the
curve.
channel, teacher.
Oh my god, the literal teacher.
Yo!
You have to raise her screen, PT.
I thought that
It's tough.
standardized
It's
testing
tough.
was my X-ray that I got. That's pretty standardized. Anyway,
You quite literally summoned
Is
Rosie by
it-
saying standardized testing.
Is it broken?
Did you pass the
probably
standardized
but
test?
I don't know yet.
Okay,
Probably not, but I don't have my results back.
before I tell Lyra, I'm going to tell you the question, and then while you think on it, I have something I have to say to chat. So the question is: as you rest by the campfire, your fellow adventurers share tales of their past. What is the most defining moment in your character's life that led to them becoming an adventurer, and how does that moment still affect them to this day?
Okay.
While you're doing that, here's what I have to say to chat, guys. This is a mature 18 plus stream, and sometimes things are going to get real. So here's what I urge you, because in these next couple sessions, there's gonna be some stuff. If the stream is getting too real from you, you will not hurt my feelings if you just leave. Take care of your mental health before you worry about watching the stream.
So true. So true.
Rule 0.
Yes,
Like-
rule 0 indeed.
Because
Rosie's like, well, I've got to go. Bye, guys.
Yeah. it's
unless
true.
you're a player, if it's affecting your mental health as a player, you talk to me after, but you fucking stay.
It will hurt their feelings if you leave.
That is your official disclaimer, chat.
Yes.
Now, Lyra, if you would answer the question.
I think that Lyra would, she's sitting by the fire, someone asks her this question, and she's like, well, I don't really consider myself an adventurer per se. I'm more of like someone on like kind of an extended spring break sort of.
Para adventurer, perhaps?
You're on a study
Yeah.
abroad, obviously.
Yeah, it's kind of a study abroad. I kind of want to do other stuff with my life eventually. But
Why are you s-
the
why are you-
world just keeps trying to explode on me. So
Why are you going to college to study broads?
Stop it, term.
that's why
I
I'm
am
going to college.
walking
but,
out of the
anyway.
room.
Yeah, that was too
I
much for
heard
my
you.
mental
I
health.
heard
Bye,
you,
guys.
Your brain. I heard your brain chugging on that. The moment. Oh no. Oh, we all vanished for like a second. That was so
Yeah,
fun.
that's because I said
left.
bye, guys, and then bailed.
Beautiful, stunning. I'm clearly still in streamer mode because I can't hear shit.
Mhm.
Alrighty.
Bad
Listen,
news,
if
my
I can-
soup is cold, so I do need to heat it up again.
Listen, if I can cause 1d4 psychic damage from a pun that I've said, that means I succeeded.
Alright. Well, chat, buckle your seatbelts. And players, start your scrying orbs.
Oh.
I don't
Because
think
I-
any of us have that.
think as a commoner, if you deal deep,
You see
psychic
how
damage,
you are
kill
looking at my scrying orb, Sky.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a hint to join the roll 20.
It was.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, it was actually.
It was a hint to do everything that you need to do.
Yeah. Or it's not a roll 20.
Oh.
Got it.
Well, I guess you guys are gonna watch me chow down.
Of course.
Okay.
I'm just turning on some lights so I'm not just in darkness.
Sitting in the dark.
And we are going to pin that message from Brando.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
somebody else can edit that and make it sound a little bit better, but yeah.
Last time on Bits, Crits, and Halfwits, and I don't know if Lyra watched it. I think you did, though.
I did not, I'm so sorry.
Elliot was captured by the enemy. The tavern was burned to the ground, and our heroes are on the run. Elliot is in prison. Lulin is dealing with the first time he's seen a terrible memory reborn in the longest time. And we're gonna pick up with our party after a long rest as they try and figure out what to do. You can definitely hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, chat said they couldn't hear me, but that's from when I muted the mic and then unmuted the mic.
Oh, yes. I was like, a long rest. I should do that.
All right.
Mhm.
So you all wake up inside this inn. You do have Ares' notebook.
How is, well, I think Nuzin is going to, like, very casually kind of go check on, oh god, Avery. No. Yes. No? Yes.
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 Sorry, my brain. I haven't eaten yet today, so.
It's all good.
In that, like, I don't really care, but I kind of want to know if this guy lived vibe. Lurk outside the door, whatever, to listen in.
So when you head to the room that he's in, you see that Ares, as you now know is Ares' grandfather, is kind of like tending to him, and he's laying on the table, and his breathing is harsh, but it's definitely more stable than it was. Like, the wound in his chest is more or less closed, like it's scabbed over, he's laying bare-chested on this bed, kind of just resting. And he's definitely healed and more stable, but he's not anywhere near 100. Like, if you guys had to run again, he would be incapable of running with you.
Okay.
So I have a quick sort of out-of-character question.
Yes.
What was the explanation for Lyra not being there, or was she there?
She just
You
got
weren't there.
dragged along by the rest of the party.
I literally carried you everywhere.
And then you went and got a book.
Mm-hmm.
Can I read that book? Is this Aries' journal?
It is.
Okay. Have we read it yet?
Mm-mm.
I think that's
We have
what
not.
Lyra would be.
You have not.
I think that's what it should be.
So you open Ares' journal and let me know what languages you speak.
I speak Celestial. Pretty sure I have Draconic. Sorry, I gotta put up my sheet. Draconic, Elvish, Kori Common.
So you do not understand the words written within the book.
Do I recognize the language?
Roll me history. With a 21 in history, you would recognize the language as Sylvan.
Oh, okay. Do I know where Karak is?
Karak is asleep in another room in the inn currently.
Mhm.
Okay. I think she'd be kind of like twiddling her thumbs, waiting for Karak to get up. Like she doesn't want to wake up.
Around what time is it right now? Like,
The sun has yet to rise, so you've all gotten a long rest, but it's a relatively quick long rest. Like, it's the bare minimum 6 hours you need to bounce back to your feet.
I know Karak probably won't be getting up until it's right about time to see the sunrise, so that way they can get up and go see it. So that's around the time they'll be waking up.
All right, so Lyra, as you're reading this, kind of twiddling your thumbs, and Nuzin is checking on Avery, you see Karak walk by your door, headed towards the main room of the inn.
Oh, hey, Karak, Karak.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry to bug you.
Oh
you know
no, it's
Sylvan,
fine.
right?
Yeah.
Would you read this for me?
Yeah, sure. Why not? And Karak just kind of like holds his hand out to take the book and look it over.
Yeah, she'll hand it over.
Okay.
So, Karak, as you're reading through this Sylvan, you're reading this book, you see that a lot of the writing is just general observations tied to what you realize as you're kind of seeing words out of place. So I'm going to need you to give me an intelligence check.
Ooh, that's fun. I'm totally smart.
That's a nat 20.
Let's go!
yeah.
You're smart today, baby!
So
I got
as you're reading this journal, which in Sylvan seems relatively normal, it just has observations about the Dark Tower, you realize that the words that are out of place actually form images of the tower's exterior when you line them together.
Oh, now that is clever.
So you see the entryways marked, and you see that the south entryway is typically less guarded than the other two into the tower. You see descriptions and patterns of the Behir that are said to guard the tower's base. And you see in the notes that there is something strange about the tower and the way it gives off heat. And you see annotated at the bottom that Aerie has been receiving help by something called the Whispering Wind.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Your friends are something else. They are clever. I didn't expect to see this much. I don't think I've seen and Karak's just kind of gonna set it down and sort of like point out the words to Lyra to show that they form a pattern about the tower. Just sort of, it's like I didn't get to talk to them that much, but it seems like you all aren't too seems like you aren't strangers to this sort of thing. So
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Well, I think we should maybe try to get with everybody else and tell them what we found.
Mm-hmm. There's probably only one thing that I'm a bit concerned. I'm a bit confused about, and it's what is the Whispering Wind? And Karak is just gonna. Would I need to roll like a wisdom thing for that?
Roll me a religion check.
Ooh, nice. Just there it is.
You have no idea what the Whispering Wind is.
Mm. Oh well.
It's a cool name. Maybe it's like some kind of spy organization.
Oh god, that was a
Whisper
2.
secrets.
It was so close to being a crit fail.
It would have been perfect one after the other.
Nat 20, nat 1.
A moment of genius followed by just a moment of sheer stupidity.
You used the whole brain cell.
You need to listen. Maybe they're listening to all the colors of the wind. Maybe they're getting the painted rains to help. I don't know. Form of I don't know.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe this is like an organization, like the Whispering Wind. It would be a very cool name for like some spies.
You know, you're not wrong. Anyway,
It'd be so cool. So
yeah. Anyway, Karak's just gonna close it and hand it back and be like, "Thank you. I don't know why I'm thanking you. Make sure to tell everyone else. I have to go see the sunrise." And Karak's just gonna kind of go on about his day and head back, and because he's not missing it.
Where are you going to watch the sunrise from?
I'm going to see if I can find access to like, because you mentioned we're in like an inn or a tavern, like some sort of roof access or something like that.
Okay.
Just to get a good sort of view of everything.
Okay, so you head up and you find a ladder leading to not a roof per se, but an attic that has a window facing the east. I had to remember where the sun rose for a minute.
I mean, no matter what you say, it's going to be right. It's the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
It could rise in the north for all we know.
And you watch as this sunrise rises over this caldera, and as it hits the black rock in between, it reflects off this series of oranges and reds and pinks that makes the entire inside of the caldera seem like it's on fire.
Oh. 364,997 to go. And Karak's just gonna is just kind of nod, and before he heads back down, is just gonna kind of look back and be like, rather fitting considering last night, and then just keep going down.
Elsewhere, from a window in the cell, Elliot is watching the same sunrise. Elliot, as you're inside the cell, Drago is laying out on the stone, absolutely snoring. The man in the corner with the white hair and the yellow eyes does not appear to have slept the entire night. His eyes have been locked onto you the entire time. And Kieran is bundled up under some blankets, pressed up into the back of the corner. As you hear footsteps begin boom, 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 coming down the hall. And as they get closer, you begin to hear the sound of crackling flame. As from the entrance to your cell, which the cell's relatively large, it's like a 30 by 30 room, just for the four of you. And in the front of the cell, you see a minotaur fully covered in armor from head to toe with smoke leaking out, round the corner and look into the cell. Elliot Burning Oak.
That's me.
You're accused. How would you like your trial?
Medium rare.
Elliot, what are you wearing?
His regular attire.
Does that include a belt?
No, I don't think so.
Is there anything wait, you're wearing your glasses, aren't you?
Yeah, he's wearing his glasses.
Okie dokie. Then I'm going to need you to roll me.
If it's heat metal, you can't do things someone is wearing.
You absolutely can do something somebody is wearing.
Mm-hmm.
You can?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What? I'm thinking of catapult.
That is catapult.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to need you to make me a Constitution saving throw. As you feel the metal around your eyes, you see it out of the corner of your eyes as it begins to glow red hot. As you feel it searing into your temples. That is going to be a failure.
Surely he can take off his glasses.
You can. You can throw them to the ground, but you are still going to take 2d8 fire damage.
Jesus, okay.
So you're going to take 11 damage. as this figure leans in. How would you like your trial?
I don't know what the options are, so it's not a very useful question.
You may be tried by the god themselves, or you may request a trial by combat.
Do I get my mage things back in the trial of combat?
Combat is not done with magic.
You just used magic.
You're not on trial yet.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Sounds
wish
a
to
bit
keep
sus.
being insolent, I'm sure I can get you to medium rare.
Uh-huh. I don't think I'm being insolent. I think you're just not, like, really telling me what's up here. So, like, what's this, like, trialed by the god himself deal?
The god will assess your crimes and decide your fate.
What are my
I
crimes?
will assess your crimes and decide your fate.
Are you a god?
You don't see it, but you feel this figure smiling. And it does not answer you.
Uh-huh. Can I decide tomorrow, perhaps?
You're more than welcome to, but your execution is scheduled for tomorrow morning.
Well, hold up. How can we have the execution scheduled when the trial hasn't happened?
If I try you, you're guilty. And if you fight, it will be an execution.
Doesn't seem like a very fair trial.
The figure just stands there silently looking at you.
Consider a trial with a jury of my peers.
You hear like the crackling of flame get louder, and then as you're listening to it, you realize that even though it's a staccato, the crackling of the flames is laughing at you.
It's true. Yeah, my peers never really liked me.
Should you
I guess I'll
choose
fight to
John,
the death tomorrow.
you have the option to choose a champion.
Someone to fight for me?
As is
Well, shit, I pick
tradition.
you.
Unfortunately, the person you are fighting cannot be your champion.
I have to fight a god?
Perhaps my nephew. He is still here hiding, isn't he?
Hey, is anybody here this guy's nephew?
Lulin Boldspeaker.
Or who? Lulin?
Yes.
He's not here.
Should you require a champion, we will reach out to summon them.
Lulin's got way more important things to do.
But he's never been one to sacrifice the life of a friend. Now fighting
That's
in
true.
the open, fairly, that is something he is yet to do.
Interesting. Fairly. That's a funny statement. How about I pick my champion right before tomorrow, you know? Maybe tonight? You know, I gotta think about this. You know, it's an important decision.
And the figure turns around and begins walking back down the tunnel.
Elliot just turns to the mysterious guy in the chair and goes, "So you don't sleep, do you?"
Not much anymore.
Why not?
When you fall asleep, you're at your highest chance of getting hunted and killed.
Oh, I see. Sounds like you need a pack.
Hmm. And you would be my pack?
No, I'm gonna die tomorrow. Sorry, I'm busy.
Hmm. Then what do you propose?
Well, I think you should find a pack. I know some guys back in the other world. If we ever end up there.
Well,
We set you guys up. Yeah, they're
and
pretty good pack.
they're like you.
No, they're better.
Hmm. Then they should come to save you.
They're in a different world. See, they're on a different plane.
And
A little bit more
now you
complicated.
see the issue with me finding them to make a pack.
Oh yeah, you know, you got a point. Maybe we're the best we got. So, are you getting
Yes.
executed, or is it just me?
No, I've been here far too long. I'm more of a trophy.
Wow. Okay, it's fair.
The last of the ladies' hunters held forever on display.
Wait, like the basic ass white bitch? Sorry, I mean the lady in white.
I'm so sorry.
You can call
Yeah, there's
her
another
what
one of you.
you can call her what you will. There's no use
There's
in
a-
gods that have abandoned us.
Well, you know, she's stuck in the other plane too.
Then it looks like my abandonment is forever.
It's possible, yeah.
You said there
We
was
do know another one of your like buddies that like followed her or whatever. He's out in the city.
Oh, and who might that be?
Oh, just like some dude named like Karak, I think.
The,
He's sort of been following us like a lost puppy.
the ambassador.
Oh, is that what he is?
It's what he was. Too
Does that mean he's
reliant on.
unemployed now?
You do have quite the mouth on you.
Yeah, well, that happens when you have nothing left to lose until you die tomorrow. So, also, I just met up with like an old friend. It was, yeah, really livened the spirits right before I die. Suppose I'll see him again. Can't wait.
So you've given in to your fate?
Well, not particularly. I would much rather escape, but I'm a realist and an optimist.
You do not seem like much of an optimist to me.
Why?
Well, you keep referencing your death as if it's bound to happen.
Well, the god said it was going to happen. So,
Yes, because you got here by listening to gods oh so much.
yeah, well. What do you know about my journey?
Well, I know that you're not in here if you're not trying to depose them.
Look, all I did was cast some magic in the city, and then run for my life, get terribly injured several times, and then wake up here.
And that is why the scent of the traitor is all over you.
Ooh, which one?
The wolf.
The wolf? There's a traitorous wolf? I mean, like, I'm part wolf, of course.
And did he turn you?
What?
Did the
My wolf?
Did the traitor turn you? Or were you born this way?
I fundamentally misunderstand your question, I think.
Well, there must be a reason you smell like a locksmith.
Oh, yeah. No, that's because I am well, I was a locksmith, I guess.
And that would explain why you have the traitor's scent.
Oh, I see. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I believe it.
You said you would much rather escape than stay here.
Yes.
Well, we better start coming up with a plan for that then.
Okay. Got blueprints? Got a layout, perhaps?
The cells will open shortly. I'll give you the tour.
They will? They're just gonna let us out? I don't understand.
This entire floor is a prison. The only
Uh,
access to the top or the bottom is through the center. The walls themselves, as he holds out a hand and taps on the obsidian, well, they're more than just stone. From the best I can tell, the lava that built this fortress still flows through it.
well, that's not great for us.
No, it's not. Especially because none of us will have our magics.
Yeah.
Although,
Although.
there's always another way. And the figure's other hand comes out, revealing a small vial of this, like, maroon liquid. And we're gonna cut back to the other party. Alright, Karak, you're staring at the sunrise. Lyra, what do you do? Lulin, what do you do when you wake up? Or have you woken up yet?
I'd imagine Lulin's woken up.
Alright, what are you doing?
I think Lulin's just sitting there, legs crossed, his great hammer and axe in front of him, his shield on his back, and mace breaker across his lap, and he's just digesting it all. As the sun rays come through the window.
Okay. Lyra, what are you doing after you gave Karak the book and had him read it? Or Newsin, are you coming back after that happens, after you check on Avery?
Yeah, I am gonna come back.
Okay.
Hey, how's the journal?
Yeah, Karak read it. It's kind of in code, which is cool. Like, you gotta skip words to understand it.
Huh.
And it seemed like Ari was gathering information about this place. The Bahirs at the base of the thing. Apparently, there's some weird heat coming off of this place. And they were also in contact. Someone was helping them, or it's maybe a group of people, called the wait, I wrote it down.
Whispering Wind.
Whispering Wind, yeah. Yeah. So, and I was thinking that's a really cool name for like an organization. So maybe we could find them and try to get some help. I don't know.
Yeah. That's definitely interesting. I'm sure. I don't know. Does Whispering Wind sound at all familiar to Newsin?
Roll religion.
Okay.
At disadvantage, because you've never
Yeah.
really had one.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, that's a nat 1.
Obviously, the Whispering Winds is a group of minotaurs that murders people.
You know, I feel like you know, like how minotaurs do everything like very upfront, right? I feel like I heard of a group of minotaurs who were like the exact opposite of everything we stand for, kind of thing. You know, very because everybody's all, oh, we're pacifism, but really they're like secret murderers. You know.
Yeah, wait,
Murder.
yeah, okay. How do you, where did you hear this? That's so cool.
It's
Okay.
it must have been something that I heard about in Ulfast. Like, I'm pretty sure that's what the Whispering Wind was.
Well, okay, that's cool. Let's find them. Let's ask. Just people.
I don't know. Can you really ask people about a group of secret murderers?
You need a book. The Incomplete History of Secret Organizations.
Am I in
And
the same? Am I in the same room as them, PT?
You are not.
Okay.
We were all, I think, in separate rooms in the end.
But depending on how confidently Newson says that, how loud would it have been?
I mean, if he was in the next room, he'd probably hear us talking about it, for sure.
Okay, well, we'll say you can hear them from the next room.
I don't think I, like, yelled it, but I think I was like, yeah, the Whispering Winds is definitely a bunch of murderers, you know?
Yeah.
Newson ready to show off for her girlfriend. Yeah, so... Yeah, you definitely hear him, Lulin.
And this is what they said.
10 on the religion.
You don't know what the Whispering Wind is. And yet, you get the sense that deep down you do.
I mean,
You don't know why. It doesn't feel like it's your knowledge, but you do feel connected to it.
I think Lulin would remember a wind whispering to him.
Ah, shit, man's got a point.
Maybe it has to deal with Dom trying to drown himself, or all I know is that I've heard at least a wind whispering. Is it the same?
That's fair.
PT's like, well, they all failed. That's it. Thanks for coming.
That's it, folks. See you next time.
So, what's the, like, the secret map in this? Does it, like, is it just the tower? Does it cover the, like, prison? Because we do kind of have to do, like, a prison break soon.
Oh, that's a good question. What does it cover? PG.
So the drawings were mostly of the outside of the tower. Ari never seemed able to get inside. But it shows that around the tower, there's about 200 yards of open, essentially, like, cobblestones. Before you reach the outlying edges of the town. Around the outside of the circle, every 120 feet, there are braziers full of fire. And then at the base of the tower, there are 3 large coverings that Ari noted the Behirs coming out of.
Okay, so
It also says that the guards shift every 4 hours.
and what are the Behirs coming out of?
They're coming out of, like, these hatches in the ground. These large, like, 20 by 20 foot hatches.
I was really hoping we could get some, like, don't get me wrong, I want to get to the tower and help Ro, but I'd really like to not have to do that without Elliot.
Yeah. I definitely am on the get Elliot first train, because...
Yeah, not to mention who knows how many other people after last night got locked up too. I don't know if we're even gonna, originally Elnis and Avery and the, they were kind of organizing this whole resistance and they were bringing us in on it, but now it's kind of seems like we are on our own. I don't. Maybe. I think Lulin grabbed some stuff. I'm gonna go see if he had. I mean, if you want to come, I think
Yeah,
he
I'll
scooped
go
up some
follow.
stuff. News is gonna go to Lulin's room. If the door's not open, knock.
Would the door be open, Lulin?
It's unlocked. It's closed, but it's unlocked.
Okay. Hey, Lulin, are you up?
Yep. Come on in.
News is gonna kind of like, shoulder the door open as she does. Hey, I know you were grabbing, like, papers last night. Did you get any, like, maps or anything of, like, the prison? Since we gotta kind of, like, now plan a prison break that was planned, but we didn't get to hear about.
Lulin, as I was saying last episode, was just drawing a map of just like the surrounding area of where we were.
No, but
of-
you during
Yeah.
when we were leaving, you said you like grabbed as many papers as you could. So I don't think we'd had a chance to assess them. I just remembered you saying you had snatched a bunch of stuff and shoved it in your bag.
I rolled a 15 on a luck check. Did I get any of those papers, PT?
You did. So you have with you as you're going through them. You see a paper that has the tower drawn as if you were looking at it, and it is divided into floors. Each floor is labeled with a brief description of what is inside. The ground floor is labeled as the Forge's Inferno. And some of the notes say things like blazing fire, molten lava flows, machinery. The second floor gives you concern, because the second floor is labeled as the molten maze. And besides that, it doesn't really have any notes on it. The only thing written is do not believe what you see.
Right.
It says that the third level is the prison.
Okay.
And has relatively accurate details of the different rooms in the prison. It looks like some of the room. It seems like there's a large mess hall surrounding a central corridor. There's an exercise yard that is essentially just open space around the mess hall. And then it has 4 wings of the prison that are all kind of semicircular around the edges. One of which is labeled solitary, and the other 3 of which are just labeled cells. Kind of all together making up the circle that is the prison.
All right.
The 5th floor of the tower is labeled, or the 4th floor of the tower. Sorry, I skipped ahead one. Is just is labeled ritual chamber.
Oh boy.
And there's an asterisk on it with just the name row and a question mark.
Mm.
The 5th level is labeled... As they go up, it seems that the information about the levels gets less and less clear. But the 5th level is labeled as the elemental conflux. The 7th level is labeled as the molten bridge, and then the top level is just labeled throne room, and then below that, do not enter. And it seems like all of these levels are connected by a staircase that goes up the center of the tower.
Did you skip the 6th level, or what was the 6th level?
Yeah, I was about to say that too.
My bad. 7 and 8 or 6 and 7.
Ah.
When I was reading through my notes, I looked at one of the things I wrote down and said, yeah, I don't like that, so I just removed it entirely.
Aha.
You can't fool me. I know numbers, okay?
I know. You're real good. You're real good at numbers.
If Lyra knows anything, it's numbers.
Very true. Very true.
On top of that, Lulin...
Sorry, wait. Lyra, knowing numbers. I was talking to a mutual friend today, and they said, I haven't talked to her in years, and now she is a lesbian number wizard, and I thought she would appreciate that. Anyways, carry on.
I appreciate that. You need to message me who that was. I need to link them.
You also find notes saying that the estimated number of flamekeepers inside the tower at any time is between 30 and 100. And the estimated number of silenced is between 60 and 80.
Fun.
Spread between all of the floors of the tower. And they marked that 30 of the Flamekeepers and 12 of the Silenced are on guard around the base at any given time.
Got it. So yeah, Lulin's like spreading everything out, even like notes on like the surrounding areas, you know, like kind of like shit guards would have on them. Even like what like local things are even around like the tower itself.
Okay. So while you're looking through everything, you do manage to find what seems to be kind of a labeled checklist of everything the Resistance had.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like, from whenever this list was written, the Resistance had at least 70 members in total. It has a list of hideout locations across the city, one of which you are in right now. And I will get you the names for the rest of those. You don't really see a lot about like food, water, stuff like that. You see that they do have more weapons than they have people. And it seems like the funding they had swirled away for the Resistance totals less than 500 gold. It tells you that the locations that they had set up as safe houses is a place called the Shadowhaven Sanctuary that is located on the north side of the city. The Emberhold Outpost, which is seemingly just off the courtyard of the tower. And then there's a place labeled called the Crimson Cellar, which you would recognize as the place where you were previously.
We got attacked. Yeah.
There is the Forge Light Inn, which is the place where you were previously with Avery. And there's a label on it on the outskirts of the crater. That's all it says is Sable Spire. Did you get all that down, Rosie?
I didn't get the first or the third.
The first one is the Shadowhaven Sanctuary, and the third one is the Crimson Cellar.
Wait, no,
Tell me what you have.
I have Shadowhaven Cemetery, Crimson Cellar, Forge Light Inn, Sable Spire.
And the Emberhold Outpost.
Okay. Cool.
And it seems like pretty much most of the rest of the messages were correspondence between various people within the resistance effort.
Is there anything mentioning the Whispering Wind in the correspondence?
Roll me investigation.
Alrighty, I'm good at that.
Can I give the help action since
Sure.
all the shit?
Nice.
Yeah.
Alira, you find a reference to an old poem called The Whispering Wind.
Ooh.
And you don't, like, it literally only references it as a poem.
Yeah. Could I try and use my book, my Kindle, to bring up this poem? Like, is this poem written down somewhere?
Sure, roll me Arcana.
Cool. Also something that... Oh,
You're rolling great today.
I know, this is great.
All right,
This
I'm
is
gonna
so
read
cool.
this to you, and then I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, perfect.
In the realm where silence weaves its shroud, a whispering wind, a deity unbowed, a god in chains, his voice concealed, in gentle breezes his truths revealed. He dreams of days when his words did soar, through galaxies where his tales would roar. Now muffled his power in whispers lies, in the hushed secrets of boundless skies. His thoughts like stars once bright and bold, now hide neath veils of stories told. In the sighing wind he finds release, his yearning heart its ancient peace. Through night and day the wind does weave the tales of gods who still believe that in their silence, their sweet surrender, their ancient wisdom shall eternally engender. So listen close when the zephyrs play, for in their whispers you'll find your way to the thoughts of a god once repressed, to the breezes' embrace where they find their rest.
Cool, okay. And I think that Lyra would have...
Oh god, it block texted. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So we have a good idea. So we know that the prison, the regular prison, is on the 3rd level. There's regular cell blocks, and then there's solitary, as well as a eating and recreation area.
Mm-hmm.
Is there enough information associated with like where they think people are being held and stuff like that? Is there any reference to like where they think Drago might be, or any like oh, we think he's being held in solitary away from, because they've been looking for Drago for a while, so, or is it all just like very generic information?
So a lot of it's very generic, but one of the notes on it does say that they don't think anybody who's been captured thus far is important enough to be held in solitary.
Okay.
As you're looking through it, you see a note almost scrawled at the bottom and kind of burned off by the flames. Like it's really hard to make out.
Okay.
But it just has a list of people. It's like people we think are in solitary. And below that, the only thing that you can see before the rest of the list is burned off is remnant traders from the Hedge War.
Okay. Then I want to try something new.
Okay.
I can innately cast clairvoyance. Within a range of, according to this, 5,280 feet.
So 1 mile.
Yes. Are we close enough to...
You would have to move closer.
We'd have to move closer, okay.
You'd have to get to the edge of Ohans.
Okay. I wasn't sure where we were in proximity, because we were, like, near-ish to the wall, because we were, like, gonna climb over it.
Mm-hmm. No, so you're roughly where you're at about 2 miles from center, because you guys did backtrack a little bit.
Yeah. Okay.
But if you could get to the bridge, you could cast your spell.
Okay.
Karak, the sunrise was beautiful, but now it's over.
Brock's on his way back down, just rejoining the group, just like, still got a lot more to go, but we are working through that. How's everybody doing? How did I hope the translation helped.
it was definitely helpful, and thankfully Lulin also was able to grab some papers that have more information about where we're going and what we're gonna encounter.
Nice. Good thinking.
I think, depending on if we can find somewhere safe to hide out that's closer to the prison, if I have enough time, I think I can potentially look or listen in from about a mile away.
You need a really powerful telescope for that. I don't think Mog's gonna be coming in that far. So
It's not a telescope. It's something that I think, you know how I can sometimes talk to my ancestors for help? They kind of give me can temporarily enhance my senses.
Karak's just kind of gonna think for a minute and just like go. Isn't that just casting spells though?
I mean, I guess,
I
but
did-
I don't really cast spells. I mean, I can a little bit, but not like a lot.
I just want to make sure that like we're not gonna alert our location if that's the case because magic and all that.
Yeah, well, it's not like drawing on magic in the same way though. It's like
Mm-hmm.
part of my ancestry. It's like a connection to my history that allows me to do it, and not like you know, snapping my fingers and causing something to happen in the same way.
Well, if you think it's a good idea, sure.
I mean, nobody followed us after, Lulin healed Avery, so...
No, they did. The tavern exploded. Avery set a trap in the basement of barrels of sulfur.
Mm.
And as we were a couple miles out, it went sky high.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it would be beneficial to at least try at this point. We're already going in, so...
I'll be following you, but whatever you guys say is the best way. If you're sort of spearheading the whole thing. I'm just from here. I don't have a lot of connection to everybody here, but if I can help you, I'm going to do whatever I can to do so.
Yeah.
Perception checks.
Damn. You really rolled a 1 and I rolled a 2. That was rough.
Lulin,
Yeah,
perception check.
They did.
I
This
did.
was the
I got a
first
1.
one.
I got a
Oh.
1.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
One.
Elliot's not perceiving so well in prison either.
Alright,
Looking at the
Lulin,
obsidian wall.
Lulin, you're trying to hear things, but every time you try and focus in on something, you just hear the ghost of that whip cracking.
I imagine it's just that and white noise, just static TV.
Yep. Nuzin, you don't hear anything. Karak, you hear some sort of bang down below, and Lyra, you very distinctly hear from the room below, like the open area of the tavern, you hear the front door open and close as somebody begins walking around downstairs.
Karak's just
You're
gonna
not
bring
talking,
You're
Lyra.
muted. You're muted.
Forever muted.
That's so sad. Okay. She's saying, guys, someone just walked in. There's someone downstairs. Are we expecting someone?
Karak's just gonna bring a finger up to their face to sort of let everybody know, be quiet.
Is everybody just...
Yeah. Lulin's because Macebreaker was on Lulin's lap. Lulin's lifting it. He's handing the Warhammer battle axe to Karak. Because that was on the ground. He's just...
You hear Lyra and now Karak as these thumping footsteps begin to come up the stairs, and it's very clear that whoever this is trying to be quiet. As you all hear a voice from the end of the hallway. Avery! Newson, Lulin, any of you guys here?
Elness.
Do we recognize the voice?
It's pretty, yeah. Is anybody here?
Newson pokes her head out with like, it's sort of like a hand over the shoulder.
When you poke your head out, you see Elnis in the hallway, and this man is missing more fur than he has.
Mm.
And the fur that he does have is very clearly singed.
Yep.
As he's just, oh, thank God, you all made it out.
Yeah. Avery's in a bad way, but he's
We
gonna
were able to patch him up, but he's in no condition to fight.
I told him if he kept running his mouth, one of you was gonna hit him.
It wasn't us. We found him that way.
He had a rather punctured lung and a magical effect in it. So
What
if you
was
heard an
it?
explosion last night,
That was us.
yeah, that was Avery's great idea.
Well, good job. You took out most of the flame keepers within Ohams.
Sick. Dumbasses.
Yes, well, they're so confident in their backing from a god that they don't really take time to double-check things.
Not at all. Oh, go on, have a sit. We were just looking through all the notes that I grabbed from the back room.
Oh, what did you manage to get?
Lulu will describe it. It's just like the
He's gonna
description
walk
of, like,
in
the
and
town-
start
yeah.
looking at things as he goes, okay, well, I mean, the numbers aren't great, but we can still
No.
attempt to mount an assault.
When are the numbers ever great in our favor?
Well, that's the truth. But there's about 20 of us now.
Did we mention the dragon?
Did we mention
we
the
haven't-
dragon?
We have a
You
dragon.
haven't mentioned
Yeah.
the dragon to him.
Dragon.
No, we have. We did in the back room.
Ellis?
Yeah,
Okay, I couldn't remember.
because he literally said, "Oh, well, that would have been fantastic information to have."
Razzlethor the Devourer.
Do you say that? Do you say that out loud?
No.
Yeah. Elnis and Avery would both know about the dragon.
As you kind of remind him, right? 20 of us,
And a dragon.
and a dragon, and a hive mind.
How many have been captured, if you're aware of?
They weren't going for captures last night, to the best of my knowledge.
Understood.
But one of our scouts sent us a report that they were seen dragging somebody into the tower.
Probably Elliot.
They caught Elliot.
Yeah.
Fuck! Alright, well, that leaves... Well, Lyra, I suppose that leaves you as our strongest caster, then.
Congratulations.
Sorry. I'll mute.
Jesus.
Why did you think I was not the?
Well, you
How
have...
do you know? I got consistently better grades than Elliot in school.
Yes, but from what I've seen of how you fight, you consistently use fire, which is not going to be to our advantage here.
Okay, that's fair. You know that.
I meant no disrespect, just a pointing out of facts.
Yeah. Okay. I got you. Sorry. I got a little defensive.
Lulu would lead in. I think you could kick Elliot's ass.
Thank you.
I'd say so too. I think he'd
I almost
be.
killed that lady.
But there is
Remember when you killed all those gnolls?
Yeah. Anyway.
there is an advantage here. If we can find a way to get in contact with Elliot, we will have somebody on the inside. Several somebodies, I would presume.
Elnis, do you know anything about the whispered wind? Wind whispers? Whispering wind?
There you go. Third time's the charm.
You got it.
Ari talked to us a little bit about it. She didn't.
What was it?
Some sort of voice that spoke to her when she got around the tower, something about harmonizing with nature. I mean, she said it was druidic in nature, so perhaps Luland could interact with it.
Yeah.
With that like bit of like knowledge, like hearing communing with nature, would I be able to roll to see if it's jogged any memories?
You can re-roll your religion check for sure. You can re-roll it at advantage if they decide to show you the poem.
True.
Oh yeah, I read that out loud to him.
But Karak was watching
I wasn't
True,
there.
Grog
sunrise.
wasn't there. Yeah.
I was watching the sunrise.
Karak, do you know this poem? You were on the sunrise when you
No,
read the
no,
poem.
no, no.
Damn it.
Actually, yes, but read it.
You gotta read the whole
Okay,
thing.
okay. No, I'm down. Look, I'm a poetry out loud gal.
I'm getting my snaps ready.
Anyway, okay.
Slam poetry, let's go.
In the realm where silence weaves its shroud, a whispering wind, a deity unbound, a god in chains, his voice concealed, in gentle breezes his truths revealed. He dreams of days when his words did soar, through galaxies where his tales did roar. Now I read that as mummified. Oh god, sorry. Sorry. Okay. Now muffled his power in whispers lies, in the hushed secrets of boundless skies. His thoughts like stars, once bright and gold, now hide neath veils of stories untold. In the sighing wind he finds his release, his yearning heart finds its ancient peace. Through night and day the wind does weave the tales of gods who still believe, that in their silence, in their sweet surrender, their ancient wisdom shall eternally engender. So listen close when the zephyrs play, for in their whispers you may find your way to the thoughts of a god once repressed, and the breezes embrace find their rest. Thank you. I
Make
haven't
my-
been there with mummified versus.
Make myself a barbarian. Call that shit slam poetry.
Hell yeah.
Alright, so rolling that religion with advantage.
You are indeed.
Let's go.
Let's see it this time.
You have heard rumors, Karak, completely unfounded, and you've never heard them from a god themselves, that when one half of a god is suppressed for too long, they can actually separate from the other,
Bless you.
finding their way to the followers who still believe that they will come again.
Huh.
In an effort to bring balance back to the order.
I haven't. That is a rumor I have not heard spread in a long time. Just-
And however true or not true that rumor may be is entirely dependent on how much you rely on rumors.
True. I feel like Karak is willing to bring up gossip, but isn't the type to believe it too hardly. Just gonna be like, now that I've reheard that poem, I've sort of been refreshed on the whole thing. There were tales and rumors back in the day with, as you all well have seen with Nissa, our deities aren't exactly a static thing. They aren't one side. They are one side of a two-sided coin almost. And if one is repressed for too long, the other will begin. It is supposedly rumor. Not sure if it's true. Unfounded. Gods have not said. May my hunting license be revoked.
Not the hunting license.
Oh no.
But if one were to repress it for too long, those tendencies would split off in an effort to regain balance to the different sides. All of the gods have different sides to themselves, and it's a bit of a balancing act to make sure that everything is going as intended. And of course, again, hearsay, little rumor that all the little newest hunters would spread around that they heard during their first hunt from all the upper ones. It's one big snipe chase, so take of it as you will.
So it's useless then.
Possibly.
Maybe not.
I mean, if it was in the notes, then it had to have some sort of.
I don't think Ari would have written about it if it wasn't something that helped them.
Very true.
Well, there we go.
It's a shame. If only we had an army. Gosh, if we even had the Minotaurs from Ulfast, I'm sure we could take that tower in a day.
Yeah.
4 hours.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
No, I can see that. I can see 4 hours.
If the city of Ulfast has been drunk for a day, we could take it in 4 hours.
I mean, we do have your
Especially by Brave Apple's hand.
Yes.
Or keg.
Yes, Well, I'd hate to see what happens when he starts throwing kegs at the guys who are on fire.
Oh my! I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brutal.
You think I'm big?
Oh God!
You think I'm big?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's
huge.
he's about 2 times my size.
I mean, the man carries half a barrel with him as a shield.
Yeah. We're talking fully tapped barrels to the brim.
Ah,
You are all going to have to introduce me to all of your friends at some point because they sound like a wonderful cast of characters.
I don't mean to look down on those we have with us here, but Brave Apple's worth the 20 we have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
19, I
happens.
suppose, if Avery's out of commission. Not that, I mean, I guess 19 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of got to work with what you got when you're stuck in the pacifist city, so.
I'd like to pass a fist through all their heads, honestly.
Good joke.
Well,
Who was joking? I don't joke about matters of life and death, boy.
You know, fair.
Well, I suppose we work with what we have, unless you have it in you to summon another army, Newson.
no. The, horn crumbled after I used it last time. I mean, I think we just kind of got a little lucky. I could give it a shot, but I'm a little worried that we don't really know what magic gives us away. I was talking about, I have kind of this newer power, kind of a connection to Minotaurs past and present that I've been developing. And I think it would give me the ability to kind of see or hear if we could get me close enough inside the tower. But I'd need to be at least a mile, or I'd have to be at the very most a mile away. And I still don't know if that would give us away if I did use it.
As you're all talking, you hear the door downstairs open and close again. As very calmly and casually, you hear footsteps come up the stairs.
I take the axe warhammer combo away from Karak. I take it out of his hands and I give it to Eldis. But I have Macebreaker ready.
Rock's just gonna get one of his weapons. I think it's either a sickle or a hatchet. I can't remember which.
I think it was a sickle.
Yeah.
I think it was a sickle, yes.
So this figure walks up the stairs and stops at the end, and you hear a voice that none of you recognize. Are you all here, or did I walk to another building for nothing? Hello? Anyone? It's me, your green-eyed frenemy.
Oh.
I have news.
Hi, we're here. Hi.
Come on in.
The footsteps come down the hall, and when the door opens, there is a Furbolg in Flamekeeper attire standing on the other side of it. Well, hello, hello. Seems like you've all had a raucous night.
That's putting it mildly, I'd say.
Agreed.
Little heads up would have been nice. He
Ah,
kind of gestures to the Flamekeeper outfit.
Yes, well, had I not been recovering, I would have done my best. I would have done my best to give warning, but I've never truly experienced a slow death before, and your friend Elliot didn't make it particularly enjoyable.
That's surprising.
Having said that, where are we on our plans to kill God?
Well, we gotta get in the tower, get in the prison, get people out.
Ah. Well, I might be able to help you with one of those things.
Okay.
Well, I mean, maybe two of them, if you're all willing to pretend to be captured. But, if you're looking to lure Flamekeepers away from the tower, perhaps you reach out to your bird friend, have him make an appearance at the edge of the caldera.
Oh, true. Yeah. Whether Mog would or not, that's
Well, we don't have a great way to reach out without Elliot.
didn't.
Yes. As he directly turns and looks at Lyra, because Elliot is the only one who can speak to people's minds.
Well,
How has that little power been developing, by the way?
yeah, I thought I had a mentor, but then we haven't talked in a little bit, so I'm kind of, I'm unsure of our mentee-mentor relationship right now.
So not at all?
Yeah, not great, not much. Things have changed. Yeah.
Well then. That leaves option B. What size cuffs do you all wear?
Big.
Oh, I got a set of my own. We're good. You never know. You never know when it's going to come in handy.
This Furbolg just lets out an exasperated sigh.
What? They fit.
Why do you have cuffs that fit your own hands?
Why don't you?
Because
Listen, it came in handy. I knew it would.
When did it come in handy?
Oh. I'm not wrong. You ask the question, you get the answer.
I unfortunately have to agree. He's not wrong.
Working with you all vexes me, though. Elliot, inside the tower, you watch as the bars in front of the door seem to fizzle and disappear. As Drago kind of... common time. And then just goes back to sleep. Well, what did you say your name was? Wolf. What was your name?
Sorry, I was muted because I was making fun of Lyra when she was not the best wizard in the party. Elliot is what you can call me.
Well, would you like your tour, Elliot?
Sure. Sounds great to me.
Follow me then. As he kind of like stands up off the stool And when he steps into the light, you see that this is a human. With
shit.
incredibly, like, if his skin was any paler, he'd be invisible. And white hair, and the only distinctive color on him is his yellow eyes. But it seems like he has the white rose branded into the flesh of his neck.
Now, I hate to be the one to say it, but you got to eat some, like, oranges or something. Like, you got some deficiency here, dude.
Oh yes, just let me make a special request of the guards that I would like more than gruel for the 1,000th year in a row.
1,000th year? Dude, how long have you been here?
Oh, they've invested a very large amount of time into keeping me alive. Like I said, I'm but a trophy.
Oh. Okay.
Better than being one of those poor saps they're torturing in the solitary cells.
I guess, yeah.
Anyways, follow me as he kind of just walks through this now wide open hole and begins leading you to the left down the curve of the tower as you see more and more prisoners exiting their cells. And a lot of them are furbolgs and minotaurs. But there's a few humans and it looks like halflings tossed into the mix.
I think
As
so.
everybody's kind of trailing the same direction, and when you come out, you find yourself in a room that is well over 80 feet tall and just wide open, as you see platforms around with cells on every level. So there's probably 2 or 3 levels of cells in here, and everybody is making their way down these large ramps on the outside to where there is just a large pot at the base of the staircase with guards around it. And just rows on rows of tables. Surrounding the rows and rows of tables, you see that there's like... It almost looks like volcanic glass over lava with the light it's giving off. And the more you look at it, you realize that it looks like runes drawn into the floor. So, like there's lava beneath the floor and it's giving off light through the runes. And you see that there's a variety of like very cobbled together recreation stuff, like chunks of obsidian that have broken off that some minotaurs walk over and begin lifting. You see that some of the minotaurs are very distinctly wearing Ulfast colors.
Interesting. Okay.
And it seems like as you walk into the room, you kind of feel that blanket lower over you as you realize that there are sentinels around the room, and it's the Silenced. And there's probably 20 of them in this room right now.
Oh, wow. That's more than I was able to take care of, that's for sure.
Welcome to our humble abode. This is where we eat, shit. I suppose some of them are working out, but I've never really seen the point.
Clearly. I mean, no offense, but you look just like me.
Color me offended.
Yeah, it's a good call.
Anyways, how do you feel? What did they take from you?
What do you mean?
Well, have you checked yourself since you woke up here?
I mean, you got 2 legs, 2 arms, no spell book. It's about all I came in with, so.
He kind of like looks at you, and he very visibly sniffs as he waves a hand in your direction. He's wafting.
Elliot quickly checks his 2 legs and arms.
When you check your 2 legs and you look down, you see there's a faint shimmer coming off of your belt.
A faint shimmer.
Oh wait, you don't have
What
a
is
belt.
this shimmer?
There's a faint shimmer coming from the side. As you reach down and you kind of feel it, you still can't see it, but you feel it, and it's roughly the size of a card box.
A card box?
Mm-hmm.
So he still has his... Oh, cool. Oh shit. Man still got his cards. I assume that the other, I mean, really, his spellbook and his backpack are gone.
Oh, absolutely they are.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that's basically everything. What do you smell? Do I still smell like Wolf, the traitor?
Wolf with a tint of magic.
Well, I'm just inherently magic, I think. I'm like an elf, you know.
No, I know. How dare you say I look like you? My ears are not
Well,
nearly
hold up
that
now.
pointy.
Well, I'm half human, so get wrecked.
Yes, well, for somebody whose ears come so neatly to a rounded point, you clearly avoid getting to one.
I did have one though.
Now,
And if I were to sum it up in a single sentence, it would be, yeah, no, I got nothing.
now looking around, I mean, there's obviously more of us than there are of them, but I can tell you from experience that won't help us in the prison break unless we can get rid of the silenced.
Okay, yeah, no, I believe that.
Any ideas on your end?
Getting rid of the silenced.
Yes, we'd also have to get off the floor. I think our last escape attempt was 200 odd years ago, and anyone who stood on the floor was immolated.
Interesting. I do have one requirement that I have to go up before I can go down.
What? Why do you have to go up?
Well, I have a friend on the floor above that needs rescuing.
Well, that should make things easier. Every time we've tried to escape in the past, they've come from the floors below us.
Interesting. There also might be some magic up there. Not entirely sure.
Well, I have no doubt there's magic up there. And what is your plan for dealing with our host?
That being the, like, gruff dude with the anger issues?
Yes, well, Umbreon is prone to outbursts.
I believe that, yeah.
But I believe that there's a chance he's more speaking through that vessel than actually inhabiting it. Should he be, though, we will be at an advantage. It's rare that the gods place themselves into mortal forms, but when they do, they're vulnerable.
Interesting.
They can suffer death just like the rest of us. If we can manage to get past the immutable power.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like that's the big obstacle that, like...
He kind of, like, grabs a bowl of, grabs just a bowl and just dips it into this pot and pulls out what is by far the nastiest looking gruel you've ever seen.
Nice.
Like, you didn't know that gruel could both look like it was made of sawdust and be burned?
But I believe it.
Do you do the same with him?
No.
Okay, he heads over to a table and just sits, and when he sits down at it, the people who are sitting at it get up and move away from him.
Ellie will just sit down across from him.
Any ideas?
Well, so these dudes, they can only stop your magic if they see you, surely.
Yes, it does appear that you have to be in the line of sight of them.
Have you tried, like, wrapping yourself in a blanket?
Well, you're wearing clothing now, aren't you? Do you feel any better?
Well, they see my skin. My question is, like, what are the lines here? Like, around the corner? Aware of you? You know, these are the questions.
Inside the fortress, our magic is negated somewhat anyways, but I suppose it would be possible to avoid their glare.
Okay.
We would simply need to acquire lead.
Oh, simply. Great. I'll just call up my buddies. Have him send over some lead. Easy.
There is another option. We could volunteer for well, we could volunteer to work in the forge if you think we're tough enough for it.
I
Try
don't.
and steal materials.
I am the forge. I don't really like heat and or hot metals
I don't
and
think.
or death.
Well, you have until tomorrow morning to decide you do.
I'm sure I'll get out of that. I mean, you should have seen. I get out of all sorts of meetings. You should have seen my college days. You know.
What is a college?
Oh, it's where you learn how to get out of meetings.
Does not seem like a particularly useful skill outside of this endeavor.
Well, you'd think, but wait till I get out of this whole death row thing tomorrow. You're gonna be impressed.
If you manage to do it, I'm sure I will be.
Cool. So this forge place, is it hot, miserable?
Oh, very.
Yeah. It might actually kill me.
Well, that is its purpose. They do work us here until we die. Some see it as a faster way out of the cells. Your friend Drago's been down there a few times already.
Oh, you see now that guy could get us some lead.
Oh? You think he could?
I mean, he's smart and he'll work for the cause.
He does not seem particularly intelligent to me.
Let's call it a well-formed disguise. And also accurate. He's special.
Well, for him to do what we need him to, he's going to need to be.
He is very special.
The other one in our cell, Kieran, seems to have a unique relationship with the guards.
Oh yeah? Friendly? Not friendly? Bit saucy? We had a friend like that once.
Unlike the rest of us, I would say tolerated. After all, she's one of the few people in this prison who was brought in without a fight.
She like willingly? So does she want to leave or
Oh, I do believe she does, but from the rumors I've heard from the other prisoners, she sacrificed herself up to the gods so they wouldn't take somebody more guilty than she.
oh shit. I'm a fan of this person.
Yes, well, she does have a golden heart. Unfortunately, one of these days it is going to get her killed.
Well, doesn't that mean it's up to people like you and me to prevent that from happening?
People like you, sure. We are not
Look.
the same.
Well, I don't know. You're almost as pale as me, so pretty similar, at the very least.
Well, it would appear that in our case, our similarities are truly skin deep.
Okay, I mean that's fair, I guess.
But if
So let's say that we
if
can't-
anybody's going to find a way to beat out the silenced, it could be her. I mean, they don't talk, but the Flame Keepers do. And when you're friendly enough, some of them do have loose lips.
Interesting. Well,
And then we could head over to cell block B. There is that green-eyed chap.
no, I don't think we need to talk to any green-eyed people.
Very well. It is your escape plan. I'm at no risk of being executed.
Well, that's fair. So, tell me more about your alternative to magic.
Well, they can take away your connection to the weave, but they cannot take away your connection to your blood.
Well, yeah. Yeah. what's that have to do with magic?
All living things inherently have magic in them, you agree?
Well, yes, of course. Doesn't mean it's easily accessible. I mean, it's bound up in your life force.
And therein lies the source.
My life force?
If you're
No
willing
mage
to...
has ever, like, drawn on their life force. Not effectively, at least.
He kind of, like, turns and looks at the guards, and then turns back to you as he holds up what appears to just be a shard of volcanic glass, and he cuts his hand. And as the blood drips, he snaps his fingers, and the blood bursts into flames and disappears before it hits the table. None who
Right,
had
that's a
none who had another option.
interesting. Before I showed up here, you'll have to teach me. I drew some magic from an object which was new to me. But what's it like pulling magic from your blood? I mean,
You can do
surely
more
it
than
hurts.
Oh, it does. But you can draw more than just magic from it. You can use it to impede your enemies through their own. If you're willing to take on one more curse, I can teach you how to be a blood hunter.
I'll start a collection. That's fine with me. If it's the means out of here.
Then perhaps we should send our friends out to do their jobs so we have the cell to ourselves. And then we can get to work.
Sounds like a plan to me. I mean, I'm not eating lunch. I'll wait for you to finish, I guess.
You should eat. You're going to need your strength if you're going to do this.
Oh, not the gruel.
Yes. The gruel. As he, like, takes, like, what's left in his bowl and just shoves it across to you. And we'll cut back to the rest of the party. While Elliot has his breakfast.
Okay, so you're going to, if we pretend that you've captured us, you can walk us in, and then we'll have you as a guard on the inside. Is that the idea?
Well, supposedly so. They're very unlikely to allow me to remain as a guard, but I have others within the walls I can reach out to you with.
Okay. Do you think it'd be easier to escape once... Okay.
I do not think it would be easy to escape once we're inside, but it also seems
Is it
clear
easier than
when-
breaking in? That's the question.
With the forces we have, very likely.
Would it be better to keep some people on the outside and have some go in? I'm not gonna lie, I'm more than a little concerned about Lulin getting found out if we fake being prisoners in there.
Well, luckily for all of us, Lulin does not look like himself, does he?
Mm-hmm.
And the prison doesn't have any magical, like... I mean, it's full of silenced who neutralize all magic. So...
They don't so much neutralize it as prevent its creation.
Oh, I see. Okay.
The silence seem inherently tied to the creation of magic. That's how they find us when we use it.
Which is why they were drawn to our location and not specifically to us.
Exactly.
It makes a lot more sense now. Thank you.
Something about their helmet seems to let them peer into the weave itself.
Interesting.
Guess
Are you
that's why they
saying-
don't want them to take it off. Better to not have it just pop off and then lose all of that ability.
I'm not entirely positive that it's not a one-way procedure.
Ah.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
So, for what you're saying is true, they have either the ability or likewise ability of like true sight.
No, I believe if they had true sight, they would have followed your group last night much more aggressively.
Yeah.
Fair.
Or perhaps they just saw Lyra with a mustache and decided it was not worth the effort.
That's probably it, I think.
They were intimidated.
Yeah. Yeah. Look,
Hmm.
Arl, he's got guns, I guess.
You were that intimidating. They saw you and they said, "You know what? If they're that confident, I don't want that smoke. I don't want that."
Lyra's just flexing.
It's not like I could ever grow a fantastic of a mustache as yours, Lyra.
Hmm.
Thank you. It's still here.
I mean, Minotaurs can't grow mustaches, but
Kind of all fur. I guess if you like didn't trim it.
You'd have to do like a lot of special trimming. It's like
Yeah.
hair on hair.
Well,
It's
Yeah,
not
it's kinda
exactly.
Like, it's kind of like
Kinda.
our whole nose goes to like our like top lip, and it's like there's no
Yeah.
room for hair.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's not a lot of space there.
Beards, on the other hand, we got you beat.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, I
Button
was a little
chops for
checked out
days.
because I was reading my X-ray. Good news, my foot is not broken. X-ray was normal.
Let's
yo.
go. No
Let's
broken
go.
feet.
No broken foot.
Yeah.
No broken foot.
Hmm.
As great as that is, completely unrelated, I low-key hate going to the hospital and finding out there's nothing wrong.
Oh God.
Yeah,
you're
Yeah.
not
luckily
wrong.
my insurance is good enough that it was fine. Like I wasn't, paying for stuff. So
If I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to the if you ever hear PT canceled stream because he's going to the hospital, I have shattered something giant or I am on my way out. I'm on death's door.
oh my god.
And either way,
it's
I'm
not
taking
broken.
an Uber, not an ambulance.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
I never thought that one day I would outlast the DM, but if that happens, it happens.
It's okay, you won't. There's fail-safes.
Oh, yeah. My desk will just explode once that happens. My desk made out of an old sewing machine.
Nothing bad ever
yeah.
happens to the Kennedys.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
Oh.
It's funny you say that because I said a TikTok to PT earlier with that same fucking sound. I wonder what's in his goddamn noggin.
It's so funny.
Pretty funny.
It truly is a shame we don't have more forces at our disposal.
Mhm.
Well, I mean,
See,
they got a dragon.
yeah.
Yeah, we do have that.
Yeah, we do have a dragon. That's pretty. That's like.
We found it around the time that we lost you earlier. A little bit
Pardon?
before that. A little bit after that.
We've got like one favor from a dragon.
Mm-hmm.
A big ancient red one.
Yeah. They also owe Lulin and Elliot, I believe, 3 times the amount of gold that they gave to them. So
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's very important.
Well, I'm not particularly interested in your gold, but the other option is very interesting.
Why is that? I mean, outside of just that it's a dragon, obviously, but
Really not much besides it's a dragon, obviously.
okay. I wasn't sure if it was Jill, you were getting to something less obvious, but
He was a red dragon,
It is-
correct? Like a red ancient dragon? Yeah.
But
It is a bit hard to tell.
mm-hmm.
if we ever wanted a chance to kill Umbreon, you could always call in your favor to have your new friend challenge him.
Ooh.
Would bring him out into the open. Could give us the opportunity we need to kill him.
Hmm.
If he can be killed. Have you found a way to do that yet?
Whack him a lot?
What about that? What about what the bird gave you? When they captured your friend, did they take his bag as well?
No, we've got the
No.
bag of holding.
So perhaps the needle?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
The syringe.
Mog gave us that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if we could get close enough to stab him with it. Probably do something at least.
Just
I'm not the best at
Right out.
stabbing.
And if Umbreon was going to fight a dragon, he would have the entire city in attendance.
Wouldn't that be bad for us?
Well, the entire city does include all of his guards and prisoners. He would go out of his way to make a show of force.
I mean, honestly, I would pay to see someone fight a dragon. So
Start selling tickets.
I'm surprised you haven't asked your friends if you could see the memories yet.
I mean, that's them. That's theirs to give. If they want to show me, then that's up to them. But
Yes,
that's
but
not for
why-
me to ask.
But why watch when you can experience?
Fair. But again, that's for them to give, and not for me to ask. I've only been here like 3 days, man.
Yes, but what a remarkable 3 days it's been.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Also, I mean, it's been much more than 3 days, my friend.
Oh, right. It's been like about 5 or 6 because I didn't start counting sunrises until after we started our trek back from Moggs.
Since
So
your,
yeah, like almost a week.
since your friends appeared at the tower, it's been nearly a year.
That... Now I know I was in a stone for 1,000 years, but that doesn't sound right. It's been I know there hasn't been 365 suns and moons going.
You never noticed. I suppose being inside the tower would make it difficult to watch the sky changing as your conversations didn't.
Oh, that jerk! Oh, god damn it! Now I gotta work on the math again. I'm not even good at math. How many have I missed now?
Well, I suppose you can add 360 to whatever number you had before.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and add that.
You're so
Krog just
welcome.
pulls out his notebook. Krog's just gonna pull out his notebook and write that in.
Anyways, I leave it up to all of you unless you have something else you want to check, you wish to investigate before we come up with a plan. I do not know what the topic of their conversation was, but I can tell you that Umbreon visited your friend this morning.
He did? Huh.
Yes, he seems to be getting well acquainted with his new body.
Gods need new bodies?
I mean, you don't just expect their physical form to last forever, do you?
Yeah, I kinda did. So they, like, body snatch people?
From what I have gathered, Umbreon entered a body sometime in the last few days in order to complete some sort of ritual. But he did visit Elliot this morning. You're sure there's no way to get in contact with him, Lyra?
I mean, I try, I guess, but we're like across plane. I don't know.
Surely you do
Nice.
not believe that you've changed planes again since you last saw Elliot.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said Elliot's uncle or some reason. No, yeah, we can try, but it's a different plane, which is already it's messed up my teleportation. But I can try.
Yes, I'm sure it was that messed up your teleportation.
What? Do you know something I don't?
No. Only that all mortals are fallible.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna try to contact Elliot.
All right, roll me Arcana.
Alrighty. Alright.
Ah, believe.
Elliot, you find yourself drawn into Lyra's mind as you walk back to your cell.
Hey Elliot, how's prison?
How's prison?
Oh my god, Elliot's getting their one phone call, but it's from outside.
Too
I
bad
think
he's
you're muted.
Yeah.
Ring, ring. Ring, ring to
Hello?
Isaac. Ring, ring.
Ring, ring. Hello?
Just a busy signal.
You've got mail.
Hello?
Hey, how's prison?
How's prison? That's what you have to say to me
So
right
you
now?
are both standing in Lyra's room inside her head right now. Her dad is sitting in the corner. It looks like crocheting.
Yeah.
Man's picked up a new...
New hobby in my...
He doesn't have YouTube videos, so he's
Lyra-
just been learning it from Lyra's memories.
Yeah, like Lyra kind of knows how to do it, but not that well. Yeah. Okay? So we're trying to rescue you right now. But
Yeah.
we're not great at planning things. So
Cool.
maybe I
Elliot's
just...
like actively like looking around this room.
Oh, okay. To your elf eyes. Yeah. I think that you. I mean, this is Lyra's like bedroom at home, but it also has some like elements of her dorm room. Like you'd recognize like the desk from her dorm room is here. Like she's swapped it out, and
And there are
Her dad's sitting on a-
chalkboards on the walls.
there are a bunch of chalkboards on the walls. Some nice chalk.
So, you have a plan, or?
Not really. Well, so we have. The problem is that the resistance kind of got decimated a little bit. There used to be 80 people. There's like 30 people now, maybe. Alright, did they say 20 or 30? I don't remember. Something like that. Between 20 and 30 people left.
Mhm.
And then we have that dragon. And then we have green guy. GG. Green guy.
Karak, for the first time ever, because I realize you've never seen this before, Lyra's just sitting there slack-jawed, staring into the void.
Mhm. It's
Croc's just
creepy.
gonna kind of lean over to Newton and be like, "It's normal."
Yeah.
Anyway, do you know what part of the prison you're in? Like, where exactly? Sorry,
What do you mean, what part of the... It's the whole floor. I'm in the floor.
you're in the floor.
Walls.
There's the wall!
You're in the-
Look,
They're in the
I
goddamn
mean, the whole-
walls.
I don't know. I think the guy said I was in cell block A. Doesn't matter. I'm planning on
Hey,
breaking
that's
out.
good.
I gotta get out by tomorrow
You
because
think we
tomorrow's
should-
my
well, I know
execution date.
Well, okay. We're
so,
not
like-
gonna leave it that long. Okay. But.
Well, like
okay,
tomorrow morning. You know, sort of a dawn
We
dealio.
were kind of considering also getting arrested.
Don't do that.
Okay.
That sounds like a terrible plan. You will get executed. Lulin will be discovered and we will all be killed.
Okay. Okay. So.
Pretend
Literally everything I
Yeah.
did was to prevent that very thing from happening.
Lyra, we're all
And
planning
you are
to
now
get...
proposing that very thing.
Lyra, we're all planning to get arrested. Elliot, got it, so we're suicidal now.
Okay. Okay. So. Okay. Maybe not. You know,
Could you
maybe I
perhaps
should-
attack from the outside? Looks like
Yeah,
the walls are full of lava.
You
Perhaps
know,
you could drain it if you breached the bottom half of the tower.
You know, I feel like I'm not the best. I'm gonna like conference call this. Give me a second.
What? I don't got time for... I'm in a prison! I'm gonna get shivved! I don't have time for this meeting!
For someone
Why
who
did you call me
needs to
before
get-
you had a plan?
For someone who's used to getting out of meetings, you're not doing a good job getting out of this one.
As Lyra, as
Lyra, this
Yeah.
meeting could have been an email.
As Lyra drops the call to set it back up, you find yourself just standing in the hallway leading up to your cell with the guy just waving his hand in front of your face.
Quickly, we need to get out of the hall.
He just kind of shoves you
Sorry.
into a cell.
I was in a meeting. I think they're gonna call back. Give me a sec.
Excuse me, what? As Lyra recombines it, who all are you bringing into it, Lyra?
Okay, so I got news in. I'll loop Elnis in. Why not? I got Karak.
Oh.
Got Lulin. Yeah, but everybody, but not Green Guy. Like our group and Elnis.
Not Spectra. You're not letting him back
No.
into your head.
No, no offense.
He's
but
uninvited.
No offense.
Okay.
So
So, Elliot, as soon as you, get set down on this, bundle of rags that is a cot, you're just snapped straight back into Lyra's as you fall back and sit on the bed.
You know, you could make it a little less jarring.
I'm trying. There's a lot of people on the line right now. Okay.
We're,
Looking around right now, just like,
Elnis
Karak-
leans down to you, Karak, and just goes, "Where the hell are we?"
Okay, so this is my room. This is my dad. He's learning how to crochet.
Yo,
oh, that's a wonderful skill. Keep
Wait.
at it. You'll get it, I swear.
he kind of leans over to News and, "I thought her father was dead.
He is.
Then why
Wait, you're dead?
is
His-
he..."
His soul
What?
is
Yeah.
in.
Oh. Kind of, looks at you, Lyra, what's the answer to that question?
He's alive in
Yes,
her heart.
I am a figment of Lyra's memory of her father.
But also, like you're kind of trapped in. And it's a long story. It's not important right now. Look, we have
How
Elliot
much are
on
we
the
telling
line.
them?
I'm sorry, just...
I'm just gonna go.
No.
Oh.
Wait, stick around. We're having a meeting, okay?
Oh,
I don't know. This feels way too similar to when I was in a stone for God knows how long. Thousand years.
My brain. It's not a stone.
it's way
my
more
brain.
comfortable than a stone.
It-
Come
to be fair-
I don't
on.
think my brain is like a stone. That's
Well,
so
well, because
weird.
I kept reliving memories over and over, and this feels like very memory focused.
Gadget.
Am I wrong
this
about
is-
that,
this is
or
the thinking
Gadget,
part.
honey,
Yeah.
you want to introduce your friends?
Yeah. Hey, Dad. This is Karak and this is Elnis. You know everybody else.
So you're stuck in a rock and your name's Karak?
yes?
That's a rocky situation.
I like this guy.
Right.
Newson just turns around and bangs her head on the wall.
I like you.
Anyway, planning. So we're planning. Elliot said he's gonna get executed tomorrow.
Oh,
What?
Why are you planning that?
Wait, that's
So-
not surprising.
so we're planning his execution?
Yeah, that seems.
No.
Yeah.
Are we trapping?
I would like flowers.
Are we trapping him here
What
until it
kind?
happens?
What?
No, he's not here.
But I mean,
you're not here either. You're...
between you and me, we can hold him here.
Don't do that though.
Why?
I need to go learn blood
Why?
magic.
Well, if we're planning his
I'm
execution,
sorry, you're learning blood magic?
Look, I'm trying to get out of this, all right? And now I hear you guys are trying to get into it. I don't want any of that. All
yeah,
right?
we're trying to get you
Stay
out,
out
and every...
of prison. The whole point of me going to prison was so that you didn't.
But we
That was
have
the
to
whole
get
point.
in to
If
get
they
you
get
out.
no,
Yeah?
you don't.
Yes.
Elliot,
Lulin ends up in here, he's gonna die.
Elliot,
Well, yeah,
roll me a
we wouldn't bring
perception check.
Lulin.
Elliot, roll me a perception check.
All right, you got it, boss man.
You hear Lyra's dad under his breath. I always knew he was going to end up in prison.
Damn.
I wasn't a bad influence. Anyways,
All right.
I mean,
Point
we
of
did-
order.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. Lyra, you start. Is there anything we have for a talking stick or anything like that?
I got a scarf I've been crocheting.
That's good. Yeah, let's do that.
Talking scarf.
It
Fucking
is
scarf.
Like half a mile.
this thing is trailing out seemingly through one of the walls.
That is very impressive. You've been doing a wonderful job.
I've had a lot of time.
Fair. Definitely using your time more than I was. Anyway,
I guess we're giving it to you first, as he begins wrapping this. He just walks up to you, Karak, and wraps the scarf around your neck.
oh, that is very cozy. The reason I bring up the talking stick, we need to make a plan for how to get in there, because Elliot, our whole point is to get you out. First off,
You and
Set-
Drago and
you,
Ro.
Drago, whoever else might be in there. That's the whole point of this.
That's fantastic.
I may not,
You can do
I
that
may not
from
know
the
where to
outside.
stand with you, but we're sure as hell not leaving you to die. Okay?
That's fantastic. I don't want to die. I love this plan. Except
Perfect.
for the part where you come into the prison with none of your belongings and the things you use to break out.
Grok is
What
going
are you
to.
gonna do? Are you just gonna ram your head against the wall? It's useless.
I don't
I
have
mean-
stuff to break things.
I
like,
mean,
no
I-
offense, but
I
like,
don't
my arms
think
aren't
it's ridiculous.
noodles.
Okay. Talking scarf.
Point. No.
Grok's going to take the He's going to take the talking scarf out. He's going to give it to Elliot.
When you go to give
Your
it
turn.
to Elliot, Elnis reaches out and takes it and just
Oh.
wraps it around as a point of order. Hitting your head into things has worked very well for us in the past.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, here you go. As he puts the talking scarf over Elliot's shoulders.
There we go.
It doesn't help when the walls are infused with liquid magma. Now, I would prefer if you guys had all of your things, plus potentially my things. Were you able to follow Jeffries? The last thing I remember was telling him to get my stuff. Do you have my stuff?
Yes.
We have your
We
stuff.
got it.
Yeah.
Great. I prefer not to lose that. Pretty sentimental to me. And also lots of money. Anyways,
That's
Yeah?
pretty sentimental, too.
Gadget, is this why Elliot's in prison? Did he steal from somebody?
No.
no, I saved your
murdered
daughter's
someone for
life.
it.
We did commit other crimes too, though. Anyway, sorry.
Your mother
I've
would
only
be
been here for a week. I'm very confused right now.
Your mother would be so proud of you.
Yeah.
If
Anyway,
we ever heard from her.
Yeah, if she would call me back. She's dodging my calls. Anyway, okay, so we're not gonna get arrested. That's out.
That's
no
a
arresting.
terrible idea. Don't do
No-
that.
No getting arrested.
Maybe
So-
attack from the outside.
So are we
But here's
going?
the
Are we
thing-
going with the
here's
dragon
the thing that
plan
wasn't
then?
clear. We were getting arrested by somebody that Spectra has control of.
It's like a fake arrest.
It's a fake arrest.
It's like
You get to keep all your items?
Maybe.
If the answer is not yes, it's not worth it. We're gonna have to fight for the same number of people going in or coming out. It's whether or not you have your shit, which is concerning to me.
Okay.
So we're going with
You
so
heard.
so are we going with Plan B then? Are we doing the dragon thing?
I
I
guess
like the
so.
dragon thing.
Yeah, the dragon's
What's the
gonna.
dragon thing?
The dragon is gonna
A dra-
challenge Umbreon to a battle one-on-one, and we're hoping that Umbreon will make a spectacle out of it.
And then after he wins, you're going to
Oh.
get 3 times your gold back.
That's true. Honestly, I could just volunteer him to be the champion in my place.
Oh wait, you can
The
volunteer
dragon?
somebody?
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, do that. That's so cool.
You remember? You know his name. You can just tell him.
Well,
yeah,
you-
okay.
once you say it out loud, he's gonna come. So,
Okay.
like the
Yeah, I'll let him know.
I did. Well, this worked out a whole lot better.
So that's way better than you guys getting arrested.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Look, we were just trying to get in, okay?
Yeah.
We didn't know that you were going to be able to put a dragon in place of whatever was going on. This is
Well,
why
I'm
it's good
glad
to
you
have these
called.
meetings. Like meetings.
Whatever you say,
You
and your meetings.
Elnis turns to you, Elliot. He goes, have you found Drago? Is Ari there?
I've talked to Drago. The plan is to grab Ares before we head out.
Ari is there then.
From what I've heard, yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Drago said that they saw them on the floor above, I think. Or they heard rumor of it. I remember asking.
They didn't just throw Ari in the prison?
Doesn't seem like it.
I wonder what need they would have had to put Ari with Ro.
I don't know. Ares might be in the prison. Look, I've been here for like a day, and I've slept for most of it because I don't know if you can tell. I feel like death.
Yeah, that's how are you doing? Are you like are you out of could you cast magic at the moment? Are you too sleepy?
No.
Okay.
As well, they have the guards that, prevent magic, for one. So anytime they see me, no magic.
Okay.
Two, I have no spell book. So maybe if I'd memorize some spells, but that's not really my vibe.
Yeah.
Maybe-
That's not really his vibe.
Eldis kind of looks around and goes, I would like to retract my statement about who was the most powerful wizard.
Thank you.
Oh.
Congratulations.
I have a spear wound fully through my shoulder, as like Elliot sort of like moves his shirt a little bit to reveal just like a terrible looking wound in his shoulder.
God.
So when you move
So,
your shirt a little bit, and this is
Oh, yeah.
important, you don't actually have a wound until Lyra thinks about what that would look like, and it fills in on your shoulder. So it's probably
extra
way
horrible.
worse than the actual wound.
So much
Festering with magnets.
Like, your arm is, like, hanging off your side.
spurting. It's like spurting blood.
So, anyways, no, I'm not
Oh my
feeling
God.
great.
And as you're describing this, you're just looking like shittier and shittier.
I like to retract saying that this was like being in the stone. This is actually like when my friend decided they wanted to take control of my dreams for a night as a prank. And that was
Yeah.
terrifying. Not the
It's a
most
prank.
terrifying thing, but this is a whole lot more, it's more like that now
They're
that I
not
think
your
about
friends. It's a prank. Oh my
I was
god.
freaking out.
it. Listen,
It was
they
like,
weren't
oh
doing
my
stuff
God.
like that. They were doing little jokes like, oh, what if Karak ended up in prison from drinking too much? What if he was, he forgot his lines as an advisor? They were just jokes. And then we all laughed about it, and then other people also did stuff like that. Have you ever been to a sleepover?
No.
Sounds to me
Of course
like
you
it.
haven't.
We had a sleepover.
Or did
Of
you
course
happen,
you haven't.
Did you happen to be younger than all these people?
Probably. I think now that I think about it, it was like one of my first times on the hunt.
I understand. You were hazed.
Ah, I don't know what that means.
Newton does.
You can fill me in later. Anyway, back to the point.
Who has the talking
Point
scarf?
being,
He's gonna like take it off Elliot, like hold it out.
Lulin, would you like, or is Lulin here actually?
Yeah.
Lulin, would you like the talking scarf to put in your 2 cents?
Yeah. As far as from attacking from the outside, I have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
It's one that we're all kind of familiar with.
We're gonna slam our
Fill me
heads.
in on this because I might not be familiar.
We're gonna slam our heads into things.
Not our heads.
I will leave this call.
No. Me and Mazebricker could try and shatter the tower.
Didn't
In the process, would just have lava.
I was going to say, did he not say something about molten lava if that were the case?
Which
Also, all the
Which-
people inside the tower.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. I don't think many people can fall through crumbling rubble.
Which was going to be my next point. We have to attack from the highest point.
Oh, and work our way down. That's maybe I can see that.
Isn't the highest point the throne room, though? Do we
Yeah,
know
and
that?
how would we get all the way up
Highest.
there?
I mean,
Highest.
we have a
plus-
dragon.
We do
But
have
we
a
have a
dragon.
dragon. And if
So
the
we're just
dragon's
gonna
the-
use the dragon for a ride up? And then he's gonna leave?
It
'Cause
does
the
kind of
last
seem
time
like a waste of a
The last
dragon.
time we talked about a ride on a dragon, he was like, I'll take you to the city and then I'll leave.
Definitely seems like a waste of a dragon. I think the public
I
fight
think
might be. Sorry, I don't have the talking scarf. That's on my bad. You keep going.
Lulu's gonna pat your head. It's okay. I believe that Elliot's choosing the dragon as the champion is the correct move. However, I also think before this happens, or close to the situation, we have to make our move. We have to make it goddamn fast.
By the way, Elliot, you met Umbreon today. What was that like?
Lulu's gonna
Uh,
hand the scarf back over to Elliot.
He was a bit of a dick. He has
Sounds
no
about
sense
right.
of humor.
What is it
Um,
like? What's. I mean,
A
that
little smoky. It's got bad
Definitely.
habits.
smoky, okay. Like, is he like really big? Is it like you said he's smoky but not like flaming, which I guess is weird for a god of fire. They said he had a new body.
Oh yeah,
I
it's just a
guess?
minotaur. I don't think there's any reason to worry about it. As
Okay.
Elliot sort of like makes eye contact with Lyra, can I pass secrets in here?
Nope.
Like
I don't know.
You cannot.
Elliot,
And
no,
Elliot
it
just
goes in my
says
head.
that out loud.
It echoes.
I feel like all eyes are now on Elliot.
Like, Elliot, when you say this in your mind to Lyra when you make eye contact, your mouth doesn't open, but your words still are spoken like it did.
Why do I imagine a text bubble just appears above their head?
Which I would imagine, I actually want you, Elliot, to roll a perception check to see if you even noticed it, or if it just sounded like the voice in your head.
Sure.
And you can roll it at advantage because everyone in the room probably turned to look at you when you did that. Yeah,
he
you
just
know
frowns.
that word came out.
Susan's just shaking her head.
I don't think so. It was a good.
Then the answer is, no, nothing else interesting.
Elliot.
Cool.
Alright.
Thanks for that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
While we
I know
while we
I
fight,
don't have the talking scarf, but I do have the rest of it. So I
Elliot
would like to
hands him
say
this
here,
talking scarf.
thank you, Elliot. Do you really think this is the time to be withholding information? And he holds it back out to you.
Elliot grabs the scarf and just, yes?
Are you sure?
Oh, fine. The body he took was Llewellyn's uncle.
Oh. Well then.
which one?
I don't know, I assume the one that he hates.
He hates both of them.
That really narrows it down.
As maybe like a mouth moves too quickly for the brain to react, Lou is just gonna say the dead one.
So the one we saw last night. So that's
Oh, that was him.
Umbreon
Yeah, I mean,
and some weird. Okay, cool.
That
Great.
nice power hungry man has a whip.
sorry,
Kinda-
Llewellyn, I would have
kinda-
shielded you if I could.
I mean,
Well,
we saw him last night.
Oh. Well,
We just didn't know that he was also Umbreon at that point. I mean, it's not like Llewellyn didn't recognize him. So, good to know. Your uncle is also a god, I guess, now. Great. Cool. Love that.
Well,
Um,
that is of course saying if there's anything of Lulin's uncle actually left in there.
I mean, he did say his nephew when talking about Lulin, so it sure thinks there's something left.
Was
Oh,
he
so
was he
good.
trying to taunt you when he said it?
More than likely, yeah.
He could have been. He wasn't very taunting.
Oh.
I thought it was just like a bad joke, to be honest.
No, my other uncle was kind of the funny one.
Okay, good to know.
Ah, the pacifist.
I'll keep an eye out for that.
the funny one, if you think being the worst thing ever is funny, I guess.
Lyra, does this thing have other rooms?
I can make other rooms if you want them.
If you could make one for those of us of a horned persuasion real quickly.
Okay, I'm gonna
Excuse me?
warn you, I will know what you like. It's my head, so as long as you're okay with
What?
that.
Then maybe those of us of a horned persuasion should leave.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
Loon's gonna give a big hug to Elliot. I appreciate it, Elliot.
Still just
You're
spurting
welcome.
blood.
Spurts a
Just
little.
all over the place.
When you squeeze him, it's like a water
I
toy.
squeeze him, the arm falls off.
Lyra, would you maybe imagine Elliot as you remember him before? This is getting
Yeah,
gross.
my anxiety is going crazy. I'm just
Yeah.
don't worry.
I
You
By the
know,
way,
fair.
I
the food in this prison is
can't.
terrible. Like, it's just, it's mush.
Yeah.
I haven't seen an orange since I got in here.
Oh God.
Now the room
They
is
must
filled
have
with
oranges.
oranges.
They must have.
Now you're gonna have scurvy in here.
As Elliot opens his mouth next, his teeth are like rotting away.
Newson literally like severs her own connection. Like she's fucking done.
Lulin,
Lulin
our
passes out from the scent, and that's how his connection loses.
eldest is just kind of standing there as he looks at Lyra and he goes, I don't know how to leave.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye.
Disconnects.
As you all kind of pop out, and Spectra's just sitting in a chair reading over all the papers that you brought in. Oh, are you all done?
Some of us are going to have a different conversation. You stay.
Woof. As he just goes back to reading the documents. The three Minotaurs leave the room and head into a room a couple doors down. As Eldest kind of goes, he kind of like stops and he looks around and he goes, I mean, Lulin, you've killed him once, right?
As a boy, yeah. It wasn't the most honored death or killing. It was probably the most
Everybody here besides you has been in the pits. Fuck honor.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah. I smacked him from behind and bashed his head in until he was unrecognizable.
But that was before he was a god.
Just a man hungry and desperate for power.
That
Still
being
is.
said,
Seems like he found it. You were
I mean,
saying,
if
Newson. Sorry.
if anyone's gonna get close enough to use that syringe, it's gonna be you, Lulin. I mean, he's gonna come straight to you.
Yeah. I had a feeling.
And if we can, I don't know, if that turns him, somewhat mortal at least. Nobody's immune to having their head smashed in, obviously.
True. I've personally had it happen more than once, so yes, what News is saying is accurate.
Yeah.
It's just, for the first time, I just can't think of a plan.
We
I don't know
plan
what to
this the
do.
same way we plan everything else. We kill the bastard. That's the plan.
Yeah, I mean,
Having said that, I'm suddenly beginning to realize why my resistance was not doing quite as well as it should have.
yeah.
Lilith smiles at that. Yeah?
It's no laughing
There's-
matter. Many people died.
Yeah.
It's
It-
kind of, I mean, it's hard to formulate a plan. Elliot doesn't want us to come in, which is fair. He doesn't want you getting caught, which was my thought as well. But like I said, I
There's-
think you are probably going to be the one that is most severely underestimated by your uncles. I mean, they've always, your family has always kind of looked down their nose at you. So maybe that's something we use to our advantage.
There is. Eldest kind of like stops, and you can tell he's thinking. You can almost hear him thinking.
the tracks are running, the smoke's coming out of the ears.
While Ohans was a city of pacifists, they still very fondly looked upon the honor of our ancestors. If your uncle or the god or whatever this thing is agreed to fight the dragon and then broke off the fight to fight you, that could be enough of a dishonor to get Ohans to rise up.
Not half bad at all.
And if Ohans rises up, I don't
We now
I
have
don't
a
qu-
revolution.
and I don't quite know that he would have enough flamekeepers to deal with it.
I'm not so more worried about the flame keepers, more the silenced.
Well, then
mean-
then you've forgotten the key thing about being a minotaur. This is our magic, and he just slams one hand into the other.
Yes, but still a decent population is Furbolg. Now, some of them can't make a whack a good punch. However, there's also another problem, which is my other uncle's here.
I
We have yet to see him, so
Well, that's because he's playing a role as king.
Nobody here is king but Umbreon. But that does beg the question of where your uncle lives. Perhaps it has something to do with that ritual that Spectra mentioned.
He is the magic one, so that does make sense.
Shall we go rejoin the call?
You go ahead and rejoin. I would like to talk with Newsy for a little bit.
All right.
yeah.
And we're gonna cut back to the call real quick. What's going on inside the teleconference?
I think that because it's just me, Karak, and Elliot right now, right?
And your dad.
And my dad. He's always there, though. It's kind of beside the point. But Lyra is gonna sort of go up to Elliot and say, we are gonna get you out of there. Like, it's gonna be okay.
I mean, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I never doubted it for a second.
Yeah, we always pull through, don't we?
Of course. I mean, like, it's what we do.
Yeah. Okay. Is there? Okay, so we have all your stuff. We're definitely bringing that. Is there any
Sure,
snacks
of
you want me to
course.
pack?
Snacks?
Yeah, you said
It's a jailbreak, not like a friggin' day trip. I'd like an orange.
Okay, I will
You bring
bring
an
an
orange, I guess.
Yeah, I'll bring an orange.
What? Food? What? Sometimes
You
I wonder
know.
about you.
You can't fight on an empty stomach, okay?
Yeah, that's what I've been told in here too.
Or
Just promise you don't leave news in sight.
yeah, of course.
You know, hold your buddy, stick close.
Buddy system, snacks. Yeah, I got it. Don't worry, I've got it locked down.
Perfect.
Croc's just kind of looking around, like very like at all the blackboards and stuff, and it's just like you guys are gonna have to tell me what an orange is at some point.
Okay, so it's this.
It's-
and Laird holds out an orange in her head.
Oh,
See,
okay.
it's a fruit. You peel it like this. She peels it. It's great. It staves off scurvy.
Okay, yeah, I think
vitamin C.
that's another word you're gonna have to work on.
Oh my
What the hell is a
God.
vitamin?
Okay, we need to find you an orange.
I just
Soon.
eat, and if I just eat stuff and I feel good, and then I just continue eating that stuff if I keep feeling good.
Are your gums bleeding?
Excuse me. Pardon.
I don't think so. Granted, I've been in a stone for a long time, so I guess I don't think I wasn't that hungry when I came back out, so
Out of character before we jump back to the Minotaurs, I just realized that the Minotaurs would have never had a problem with scurvy because there's vitamin C in grass.
Yes.
Wow.
Scurvy, never a problem
Like,
for us.
It's a match made in heaven. Me and Moose.
Yeah, I never have to worry about her getting scurvy. That is an anxiety that can simply go away.
I'm worried about me getting scurvy. Newson holds out a clump of grass.
I got you, honey. Get your grass in.
All right.
There's so many things you're gonna have to tell me about. I'm assuming Croc's just kind of looking around at the blackboards and it's just like, is this what college is?
Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna teach you how to take a derivative.
While that happens,
A what?
while that happens, we're gonna cut back to Lulin and Newson.
That's
Newson, do you know why I've not been acting myself lately?
I mean, I know you're worried, of course. I mean, all this has been insane, you know. We were just with Valiant Eye and now your uncle and everything, but I don't know. I understand if you were like in the moment, you know, when we saw your uncle and you were paralyzed. I understood that, but I don't understand why you keep taking all these like wild risks.
We are in a world we've never knew existed.
Yeah?
I am at my wit's end. I am at the end of my tale. And I'm terrified. As if I'm living today as my last. I need to know the people I have entrusted my life and my love have my back regardless.
Regardless of what?
I've accepted this.
You cut out a little bit there.
I've acknowledged that I'm not moving past this. I might not make it past tomorrow.
Newsom just kind of like frowns and kind of like shakes her head in disbelief. What do you mean you're not making it past? Of course you're making it past tomorrow. We're all making it past tomorrow.
Newsden. Hey, Newsden. Hey, Newsden.
Hmm?
Everybody deafening, roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Jesus Christ.
I said we roll intelligence saving throws.
No, I'm rolling it. You're
Just
deafening.
deafen? Fine, I'll go program.
I'm so good at intelligence saving throws.
A 9.
9. Yay.
As the words leave your mouth, you're going to make it. We're all going to make it. You have a flash of Lulin with Mazebreaker in hand, standing over the body of Umbreon, absolutely smashing it to bits. And when Lulin looks up and looks at you, there is none of Lulin's kindness left behind his eyes. And his horns are covered in thorns. Okay.
Do your thumbs up.
Oh, I gotta do the
Yeah, you gotta do the thing.
emote thing. Alright, continue your conversation, Lulin.
I have an entire city on my ass. Not to mention a brilliant it probably the greatest magic using minotaur who's now working on a ritual that we have no fucking clue about. And my other power-hungry minotaur uncle, who's now a fucking god. I'm defeated.
I mean, I know the odds seem insane. I'm not saying it's not, a lot to surmount, but they're gonna have to go through me to get to you, so you gotta have a little bit more faith in me, at least. Not to mention, man, if I let you die, Valiant Eye will literally kill me. She was already ready to kill me. If you don't come back, I might as well just die here too, honestly.
I gave her a ring.
Well, then you gotta go back.
Right now, I just simply don't believe I'm making it past tomorrow.
Can I cut in here?
Yeah, bud.
Quit your fucking whining. If this was any other two people besides your family, you'd be gung-ho about fighting them. But just because they are, you're deciding to be a little bitch about it? You think I didn't have to fight my family the first time we fought these gods? You think that it's ever been an easy path to do what you're trying to do? You might not make it past tomorrow. Oh well, that doesn't mean you don't get to not try, or you get to give up early. if Newson, if the roles were reversed right now, and Newson was telling you right now, I love them too much, I can't do it, what would you say? What would you say, Lulin? Would you tell her it wasn't worth doing? Would you just say, okay, I'll leave you behind? Because she's not. Because right now she's being you. Or who you normally are. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit here and wallow in self-pity and think, I'm not gonna make it back, it's all for naught, woe is to me? Or are you gonna pick me up and we're gonna get to fucking work? What's the call, big guy? Because I'm not gonna go into a fight with somebody who already decided they lost.
Can I make... Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to burn my inspiration. I'm going to drag the embodiment of Mazebreaker, like, as his giant form, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to summon my druidic powers and just pull him out.
So, Newson, you watch as Lulin reaches down, and you watch these maze lines forming up the shaft of this hammer as vines twirl around it. As the vines begin to push, and you watch Mazebreaker, not an astral projection, in what appears to be a physical body drawn out of this hammer.
Isn't he like a 30-foot
As he begins to
giant?
fill this room. As he's, like, crouched down, like, hunched over in this room. You gonna say something to my face, big guy?
Lulin's gonna kneel to him.
Is this the part where you beg forgiveness? Because this was not what I was going for. I need a little bit of rage out of you, buddy.
You fucking got me, bud.
Yeah, I got you by your short hairs. Boo-hoo, you lost this one. You're not gonna lose the next one.
After we fucking finish this, I'm laying you on your ass.
You're more than welcome to try.
No, I fucking will.
You better get a lot bigger first, buddy.
Start weighing more.
Yeah, so... small problem with that. Whatever you just did... As he, like, pokes his hand, he goes... I ain't fake no more.
We're gonna owe someone a lot of money for the roof.
I'm still crouching down. I mean, you're gonna have to obviously replace some door frames if I have to get out of here, but, like...
You know, I wasn't entirely thinking about pulling your physical embodiment. Well, I think this is a... I don't know what the fuck I did either. You're naturally from here. You ooze natural magics. I have natural magics, and I just combined the two and yanked.
Yeah, I can tell. I haven't felt this heavy in fucking years. But if we're gonna do this, I'm gonna need my hammer.
Lilin, as he's already kneeling and like looking up at his face, he just gets down on his other knee and presents the hammer.
Jesus Christ, how about you get back on your feet and hand it to me like a man?
Lilin just cracks him in the face with it.
Yeah, there we go, soldier. One more time, get me good.
Lilin like pulls it like back to like the head of the hammer is like on the ground. He just snaps his back where you can like audibly hear his spine crack, and he just bonks him on the fucking head.
You watch as he turns and he spits out blood, and where the blood hits the wall, it sizzles. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm gonna need to get shrunk down to get out of here. Or else I'm not gonna be able to help until we literally blow the roof off this joint.
I think you're gonna have to blow the roof off of it, presumably. That's why I said we're gonna owe someone for a roof.
Hey, I mean, we're saving him from God. Well, what else can we really owe him?
I guess that's fair.
It's getting a little cramped in here, all three of us, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'll go.
I think you should both go. Let me know what the plan is when you figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been in Lyra's head before. Not in this form, but you have.
I mean, if you can get her to bring me in, but I can't exactly go down the hall.
Doozy, do you mind moving the party?
Yeah,
Do a little scoop?
yeah, I guess I can give it a shot.
Is that safe?
I don't know.
It's always been a thing where it's like you don't like move like sleepwalking people. Is this like the same fucking thing? Same shit?
Maybe. I kind of assumed they'd come out and meet us, but I mean, it might just jostle them out of it if I do touch them. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, there's only one way to find out, right?
I guess so.
Oh, God.
It'll-
If you're gonna bring me into that thing, you better tell her to make that room bigger.
It'll probably just get bigger naturally, I think.
Oh. Well, okay, then.
Noose will go to the other room and...
Elvis
I mean,
is,
I guess-
like, standing in front of them, just...
Yeah, I know, it's weird.
It kind of turns. Did you and Luzin get into a fight? The whole building shook.
Oh, do you want to?
You're not there.
Oh,
But not really a fight. Lulin did find us some reinforcements, I guess.
You know what? I don't want to know. I just don't want to know. I'll
Yeah,
be pleasantly surprised.
You all you gotta do is walk into the next room. It's hard to miss.
Kind of like leans his head out. He goes, "Why is there a foot sticking out of the next room, and why is it bigger than my chest?"
That is that's Mazebreaker.
The hammer?
Yeah, but he's a guy now. Well, he was a guy before, but now he's a guy again. Lulin yanked him right out of there. And gave him a body. Don't ask me how. I don't know.
If you don't
He
know,
was
if
really
you
upset,
don't know
and-
how he got there, and you're just making shit up. You can just tell me you don't know how he got there.
There's a foot right there. I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Lulin does
obviously-
crazy shit all the
Obviously,
time.
he's here, Newson, but I don't know
Yeah.
that sounds very implausible.
I also, accidentally opened up a bunch of portals to another world when we were fighting in Oldfast, and, you probably wouldn't believe that if you weren't there to see it, so...
Alright, that's fair.
There you go. Anyway, I gotta move the party to the other room because he wants to get in Lyra's head, I guess, for the conversation, so...
Alright, you
She's
get
just
Lyra, I'll pick up the tall one.
Okay, cool.
As he just, hefty sacks Karak. And Karak, in Lyra's mind, you are suddenly being you're floating in the air like you're being bridal carried.
Wait, you're muted.
you're muted.
You're muted.
Still muted.
Yep.
There you go.
Karak's just gonna get
This is
lifted
what
up.
We got through for derivatives.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We got to the derivative shortcuts, okay?
hmm
I'm not even looking.
Karak in canon is so confused, but myself as a player, thankfully, at least learned a bit about derivatives, so it makes sense.
I would like
Imagine.
I personally
but-
would like a shortcut away from math.
But as
I can't do that.
but as I was saying, Karak, upon being lifted up, just kind of goes, "I don't know what's going on. Are you hazing me right now? Are you hazing me about college?"
No, that's not me. It's not me. I was just telling you derivatives.
Shortly after Karak starts floating, you also start floating, but in a much more like gingerly,
Yeah.
like the normal way that Newson carries you,
Yeah,
kind of
Karak,
way.
you were like swept off your feet.
Oh,
Oh,
Elliot, you're
I think
just
they
sitting
make
on the
sense.
bed watching all this.
Okay, Elliot. I'll call you back if we need to chat some more. Or I don't know. Do you want more input on the plans? We got it. I don't know. I think we've got it. I feel like we're good. Oh damn. Okay, Elliot.
dead.
Elliot's disconnected. Disconnect. Okay, I'm back.
Oh God, no!
you were muted.
Elliot zones in to be like, wait, everyone else made it.
Lyra,
Zoned out once derivatives came up.
You and Karak both wake up in Newson and Elnis's arms respectively, and all you're looking at is this large booted foot sticking into the hallway.
Ah,
We're like both trying to shuffle past with you all in our arms, like.
Every day's a new adventure with you all. What's going on?
I've got my fucking eye on you, Warlock. You do one thing that's gonna fuck us over, I'll turn you into paste.
Okay,
Ladies and
Macebreaker?
gentlemen,
That's me. Okay, I'm caught up. I'm actually caught up for once. Oh, that's a relief.
yeah. Meet Mazebreaker.
He kinda like scrunches down in front of the door. Aye.
Hello.
Aye.
So how? I assumed he was a.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, we can discuss how later.
I'm just gonna add that to the pile. You'll explain it later. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we can
Look,
discuss.
You can
how...
add it to my pile too. I don't know how it happened either, and I was here.
Cool. Cool. I'll put it in the
do
shed
I
pile.
also get a pile?
I'd
Yeah.
say so.
Perfect.
Do you have questions? Are you confused about things? You know, I think the pile's more metaphorical.
I mean, that's fair, but like, I was a hammer 10 minutes ago. Now I'm me again.
You know, we have a lot. We have a lot that we can connect on with that.
We have
That's
nothing fucking in common.
I was in a stone. You were in a hammer.
You
I
about
came
to
out
be
of
in the.
stone.
You keep
You
going
came
like
out
this,
a
I'm gonna
hammer.
put you in the ground.
Look, you ought to get used to it. His relentless optimism is never going to stop. You're just gonna have to get used to it.
I'm just trying to find a connection here. That's all I'm trying to figure out. I don't want any trouble.
Yeah, we got the same enemy, you and me. We don't need to connect on any other levels.
You know, fair. I can respect that.
Anyways, we going back into like a teleconference call or like.
do we want to? Do we have more to say to Elliot, or do we want to talk in real
Hey.
life?
Well,
I mean,
we now have
there's a lot of.
a
It's very
dragon
cramped in here.
and a very big man.
Hi.
Oh no, are we gonna teleconference the dragon too? Oh god.
No,
I don't think so. No.
Woo.
Dragon can't be a part of it till we call him.
Okay, got it.
And we ain't calling him.
It's been a day of learning today.
You and me both, buddy. We're not connecting over that though.
I
Whatever
mean,
you
see,
say.
you keep agreeing with him. You're kind of gonna bring it on yourself.
I know. He keeps making good points. It's fucking infuriating.
You know,
Oh, thank
maybe,
you.
just maybe, you were wrong about warlocks. And, you know.
Nah, that can't be it.
It is, actually.
Nah, maybe the time and maybe the 1,000 years in the stone like fixed his brain or something.
No.
I mean,
I
to
think
be-
you were wrong.
I mean, he might have a point. My brain hasn't exactly been right.
Stop
Since
Yeah,
agreeing
see?
with him,
What he
Karaka.
said. If you're
Karaka.
fixed now, we can agree on things. We can connect on this.
I don't know yet. I won't know until later. I'm keeping my past out of it until we get this all solved.
All right, we'll keep all our connections on the pile then until we figure out whether you're
Exactly.
fixed or
Perfect.
whether I gotta paste your ass.
Got it.
You know what? I think I'm just gonna go outside.
Okay, so the plan is to just go and fight, right?
Yep, I guess so.
Cool, love it. All right,
Is-
sounds
do-
good.
Does Elliot know the plan?
He
No.
doesn't want us to go to jail, so he would rather us fight from the outside. So that's, I guess, what we're gonna do.
Okay, and look, and when he calls the dragon to be his champion, we'll just be on the dragon when that happens. I think.
I don't think somebody's gonna fit. No offense.
You calling me fat, boss?
He's an ancient dragon. That thing was huge. I think he could fit.
I mean, yeah, we rode those things in the first war. I could probably ride it in this one.
Yeah.
No, I'm also not calling you fat. You've not had my cooking yet.
Yeah, that's true. You know, some benefits to having a body again.
Also,
gonna be a
Dylan,
wonderful
how did
thing.
you do that?
Yeah, how
Yeah,
did
I
you
want
do
to know that too.
Yeah, he pissed me off.
I
Druidic
pissed
magic.
you off.
Yeah, you pissed me off. Druidic magic. I grabbed the hammer and I yoinked.
God, I should have pissed you off before I got put in the stone. Would have been a whole lot lot faster.
Yeah, quick question. Could you do that for like my dad, maybe?
Yeah.
Maybe you could do it for your dad.
I could do it.
I mean, Lulin did it for him, so
I mean, granted.
I mean,
Lindsay over here-
Lulin's. I mean, like the druid thing's important, but Lulin's also like a whole ass paladin.
Yeah, and also you're from the Feywild, so your
Oh yeah, that too.
essence is
Yeah.
naturally here.
Mm-hmm.
so try and pull him out of the ribbon when we get back to the normal world. Got it.
Okay.
Granted, I don't know how I did it either.
I mean,
I just,
kudos. Very impressive.
I'd say that her dad. I'd say that her dad could make you angry, but he's kind of like eternally optimistic over here.
Yeah, he was very kind. Good jokes.
yeah,
And
good
with
jokes.
that kind of being the plan, that's where we're gonna wrap the session.
Bum, ba-da-da-bum.
We're so bad at this.
That was not what I expected you to do, but you used your inspiration, so you know things
I
gotta come
did.
out of it.
Happen.
I did. I thought it was fun, funky, fresh.
That-
All
Fun and funky fresh.
It certainly was something.
All right, everybody, we're gonna wrap up here. Thank you for joining us. We will not be back until next Monday,
This is so sad.
Mm-hmm.
F.
but we will be back
But,
for next Monday. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you to all our players. We have Elliot Burning Oak, played by
Ring,
The-
ring.
The man who remembers to unmute. Isaac.
Let's go.
Whoa.
Oh.
Pogs in chat.
And I think my favorite part is when Elliot just got dropped from the call because he zoned out, and by the time he zoned back in, he was gone. It's like, wait, I have a question. Oh, no. Goodbye.
No. Bye.
Oh.
And then we have
Classic
Lyra
mistake.
Dream Shadow, played by
Hello, I'm Rosie. When Rosie sees us on the internet. And my favorite part about today was I really enjoyed Elliot saying he was really good at avoiding meetings and then immediately drawing him into a huge conference meeting.
an unavoidable conference call.
Yeah. So funny.
And then we have Karakareen, played by
Hello, it's Terminian Link VT, and my favorite was you all didn't see it, but Rosie in call explaining what derivatives was, but like on their own screen. I'll be real, I watched that whole thing at least as far as it would let me see, because at one point it
Okay.
dropped.
I tabbed in, I saw the word derivative, I tabbed out.
Me.
Well,
Me
that is my
too.
literal job. Like,
Karak-
that's a
Karak
lesson I
is-
did earlier this
Karak
year.
is too invested in learning anything that he will go through that. He may not understand it, but he's got the heart.
Yeah.
And then we have News and World Walker, played by.
It's me, the Sky T. I loved Elliot being a sassy ass in prison.
And last but not least, we have Lulin Boldspeaker, played by.
And me, Brambo. I like sassy Elliot prison time, but also catching everybody on their toes, including the DM.
No kidding.
What Aurora said.
Thank you for your contribution, little missy.
Mhm.
All
That
right,
was her favorite part.
that was her favorite part. All right, everybody, I'm gonna send you all over to. I think Flam's doing homework, and we just talked so much about derivatives that I. No, we'll send you all to the homework stream. All right, everybody. I'm going to send everyone on over to Flamtastic, and all you're going to say in chat to annoy Flam is, the hammer's a person now.
Oh,
Yes!
God.
The hammer's a person.
I'm going to send everyone over there. We will be back next Monday. For those of you in the deep break thing, keep a look at the update log, because we got some cool stuff coming down the pipe.
Nice.
For
Let's go.
everyone else, have a wonderful rest of your night. And until we get back in a week, so there's a lot of time, don't do anything I wouldn't do.
The bar is
has.
so low.
I just brought a hammer to life. The bar has never been lower. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you then.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.